Welcome to the Milk Jug Mafia podcast. I'm your gracious host, Moni. That's Moni, Imani, whatever. Today, we're going to kind of migrate away from the motherhood topics and we're going to go over to like dads, men's mental health. So, I have two very special guests, which is a very good friend of mine and another friend of mine that I enjoy. I don't know how to, I don't know. Y'all are better at this. Just give your names and, whatever.
I'm Quan.
How old are you, Quan?
I'm 20. Damn. I'm 27. I almost forgot how old I was.
And what do you do for a living?
I build custom closets and shit like that for people.
And how long you been doing that?
2 years.
Who's your friend here?
Zoe. I'm Zoe.
What's up, Zoe?
How y'all doing?
I'm doing great. How old are you?
38,
And when were you born?
85.
I mean, what month? Like what month?
October.
So you're a Libra.
Yep.
That's good.
That's good you know that, though.
Oh, yeah. You're either a Libra or a Scorpio if you were born in October.
Yeah.
That's
I thought I was a Scorpio for a minute, though.
Well, when's your birthday?
19.
Oh, you're not close to the cusp. So,
It's the 20th.
Is it?
20th, this is like...
Is it?
Yeah.
There's so much controversy around that.
Nah, it's the 20th, I know.
Okay, so you kind of... That's what I'm a Scorpio.
I'm a Pisces.
A real one.
I'm a Pisces.
Yeah, we know. Well, I know that. But what do you do for a living?
Same basic, but I do carpentry, so I do
custom.
Y'all
know how to actually build stuff, which is rare. A lot of men don't like to use their hands in this world. So to be able to like build stuff and do all that is actually...
Yeah, but those jobs are like... if you have one of those type of jobs, you probably have a job forever. You know what I'm saying?
I agree. I think being able to have an actual skill, like something that can be resourceful, because everybody can't build, work on cars. What they be saying, we don't need no more rappers, we need more carpenters and electricians. Yeah, like that's a rare thing. Like even today, like we just got our fridge changed out at the house and I was like, dang, I feel like I know somebody that could have just fixed the refrigerator that already has a license for it. But it's like it's also hard to find men that are just skilled in something technical like refrigerators or closets or whatever. Yeah, just kind of depends. But you're a dad, Zoe, which is why one of the main reasons why I want to join the show. I'm trying to have more men on here that do co-parent, do have kids, are active fathers, and just trying to get more of your perspective on that and just how you felt through the whole process of becoming a dad, like from beginning to end, because it's different from me being a mom and you co-parenting, and then you don't have any kids, so you can only relate on so much. But it's still good to absorb it all anyway. So
yeah, co-parenting is different because I have two different like
mothers to deal with. Yeah.
One's is like they are both on a different end of the spectrum. One is like extreme, and the other one's like cool, calm, collected, like all the time.
What's extreme to you?
Like, I'm gonna give you an example. So like, she'll call me all the time. Like if you have the baby, if I have the kids, if I don't have the kids, if I have a girlfriend, if I don't have a girlfriend.
So like there's no boundaries?
No boundaries. But
that's weird.
I set the boundaries already, but
they're not respected.
Yeah.
So how long has this been? Y'all have two kids?
2 kids, yeah, 14 and 11.
Oh, and they're older too. So it's not even at that age where there's a major concern now. Now it's
right.
Everything should be flowing now because they're older and they can express their wants and needs now. There's really no reason, me personally, if my baby was that old, there's no reason for me to be talking to them on the phone. You can call the little girl. She know how to talk.
I talk to them a lot. I talk to
I would rather like the communication be the kids, you know.
But if it's something like that needs to be addressed with their mom,
something kind of that needs to be
but it's always around finances. You need more money.
Yeah.
Like I do.
So you're not on child support?
No.
How do you feel about child support?
It's very intrusive. Like,
have you been on child support before?
Yeah.
And you're not on it now?
Right.
So you went through a lot of stuff then if you were on it and got off of it.
Yeah, I was on child support. I went through the courts to get 50/50 custody.
And how did that work?
Just got a lawyer. They did the time sharing. Well, I had it most of the time anyway.
Mm-hmm.
So it was an easy case for me.
How did you prove that you had it most of the time?
Well, I was writing shit down. Like
Oh, so you smart.
Yeah, I'm not.
You just keep it documented. That's why I asked, because it's like, I think I'm going to see myself in a similar situation very soon. That's why I asked.
But yeah, I think
mine ain't that smart though,
I think
so I might be straight.
it was more about the kids though. Like that's
yeah, because at the end of the day, like it's about the kids. But once you start like putting me in a bind, it's like something has to give. And I don't want to do 50-50 custody with somebody who doesn't have my child's concern.
Yeah, but
at heart, you know, like
to your point on child support though, like for me and this is the way I think a lot of women, like if you consistently pay child support, like say for instance you owe $800 a month,
right,
and you pay $800 a month every single month faithfully, right? And then you get the kids what they want. The mothers don't give a damn if you even talk to your kid. Like they don't care. But if you don't pay it and you don't get the kids, and you're deadbeat, you this, you that. But
yeah,
you can pay all you like on time, and they don't care if you talk to your kids forever.
yeah, that's
It's
more
that
morality.
it's that money part of it.
Yeah, that's that's a moral aspect. Like to only care about money and not really about what your child is gaining from the connection with their father. Because I never really cared about the aspect of child support and money. I cared about like, do you care about nurturing her growth, like her where she go to school at, what type of people she's around, you know, taking advantage of her being so young and being able to learn a lot and just investing in her education. And I feel like I care so deeply about her having like a great childhood. And it's like I'm the only person that give a fuck.
Yeah.
So I'd be just kind of wondering like what, but then I see other dads that care and I'm like, okay, so it's just, I don't look at it like all dads or all moms are a certain type of way. I look at it as a, this is how I pick a certain person and now I have to deal with this person. Cause it's like, he has qualities that I would never ever pick for somebody to be like, oh yeah, you would make a great dad. Like knowing what I know now, he not it for being a dad, but it's sad I know it now and not then. Yeah. But it took that to happen for me to like know that that wasn't like a feasible situation for me. And I avoided child support for like a really long time. But last week I had to push the papers through. So,
yeah,
it's just getting bad. Like it's just the disrespect is ridiculous. The verbal abuse is ridiculous. Like if I get called a hoe one more time, I might actually lose it. Like it's just the controversy around like baby mamas and baby daddies is just like crazy to me, which is why I wanted to have men on the show to show like I'm not, but I also never made this platform to be biased about co-parenting. I just think it's important to discuss because I think how men feel matter, because there are some men who don't get to see their kids or don't have as much rights as other dads who can freely see their kids and don't have to pay no money or don't have to be held accountable for nothing, and they're not going through what regular stand-up men are going through, like niggas that just want to do what they're supposed to do just have it the hardest because women don't know how to keep their emotions in check. And then there's me. I don't really have a whole lot of unnecessary emotions to dish out to a man. I want you to take care of your kid. But that stems from me having a fucked up childhood more than anything. I want my child to have what I did not have. So,
but it's also not a blueprint either for like
it really isn't
what a father is, because sometimes like a lot of dudes that try to do the right thing, they haven't had the, I guess, the experience or
it's a lack.
They haven't seen
yeah,
that
there has to be an example, yeah, or
Yeah.
some type of guidance. I do agree. And that's a trending theme in like not even just our generation, like the last, like I'll say 3. It slowly started. Like it went from a structured traditional household to F niggas just be a baby. Like it's just like they've like demasculized a lot of things to where it's like, okay, so you're trying to say men don't. That's kind of the thing right now. They're trying to make men seem like they're weak or they're useless or whatever. And it's like men aren't weak or useless. People just don't know how to pick people with good character. This isn't a guy or girl thing. This is a character thing. This is morals to me. Cause it's like if I'm gonna be with somebody and we're gonna potentially work on like now that I have a daughter, I look at all men like, what are you doing with your life? Like, what do you want out of life? And it's cool if you don't want anything out of life with me, but if you're trying to date me and you know I have a kid and you don't have any goals, you're not looking out for yourself. So I know you're not gonna look out for me and my kid type shit. And if you can't even keep yourself together, what could you do for me and mom? That just
that's a tough one though, because
yeah.
I mean, people they get put on the shelf for a long time. That's
Great actors and actresses out this bitch.
But I think the biggest thing, like just period, is like people want in a relationship, they want all these things in a person, but they don't want to become that. You know
I agree.
You got to become what you want.
I agree.
You got to attract that shit.
I agree. And I feel like when you're not really looking for something, that's like when you kind of find what you're looking for.
Wow.
Like when you're kind of like working on yourself, focusing on yourself, that's when you attract somebody that like respects the growth and development, and they like, okay, I want to be a part of this process with you. And I agree that I think what you put out is what you receive. So it's like you can't be a hypocrite and say, oh, I want this type of man, but then like you don't even want to meet him in the middle and compromise and be maybe not the type of woman he wants to be, but be an example of something. So you're, you know, it's pleasure on both sides. It's not just about. I don't like that whole happy wife, happy life shit. That shit kind of dumb to me.
Yeah. What you say?
I say
Happy spouse, happy house.
I agree.
Okay.
I think that it's like 50-50 when it comes to like the whole pleasing one or the other, because that insinuates that a man is just always happy and satisfied off simplicity. That's not really the case. I would prefer to be with somebody a little bit more complex than that. Like, I don't want you to be happy just because I'm happy. That doesn't even make sense. Like, you're here for me. You don't have anything you want for yourself. Like, I wouldn't want to be with somebody that, like, I was just obviously when you're with somebody, you're whole and you're one. But like, I wouldn't want somebody who like their whole world just revolved around me. That just doesn't really make sense. I wouldn't want to be a wife where it's just like all about me. Like, it's not all about me. It's about the family. That's the point. Yeah, and that's like the whole point.
Yeah, that's a rare commodity nowadays.
What, like a family?
Nah, just women thinking like that.
Oh yeah, I am a rare commodity. You know that.
Ain't no
You
for
know
real though,
that's-
just to backtrack a little bit. I think sometimes with like relationships with fathers and kids and all that, I think a lot of time like the mothers try to put a label on the dad. Like, oh, he's a shitty father, he's a bad father.
I agree. I think that
they can't determine that.
I think it's resentment. I think a lot of it is resentment, and a lot of women don't like to. A lot of women can speak on narcissism and accountability, but that is not subjected to just men. That is everybody. Everybody's capable of being narcissistic, and everybody is capable of just not really being like self-aware in that sense. Like a lot of women have a tendency to use their emotions to like kind of pursue whatever, like whether it's like you say like, oh, I'm gonna call you a million times, or I'm gonna just give you a hard time or whatever. A lot of girls do that because it's like bitterness and being spiteful, and it's like I can't say all women do that, but I know that's things that women do. We're emotional creatures, and sometimes we let emotions like be autopilot on just all of our decisions.
And then
I can't really relate, but I've seen it. I've watched girls do it. I've talked women out of doing stupid stuff to men because they were just doing things out of emotion. It's like a lot of women just need to work on acceptance. Accept that he don't care about you, or like I had to do. I accepted that I wasn't gonna get married to the person I had a baby with. As much as that was my goal. That's what I wanted. But I had to accept that the way I went about it was wrong, and I can't make a man want something that he doesn't want. If you don't want to be married, then why am I trying to force it? And then you sit up and have a kid with a nigga thinking that's gonna make him marry you. It's not like, and I didn't have a baby for that reason. I just don't believe in abortions. But I also was, because I told him when I was pregnant, I was like, if you don't want to be a part of it, that's fine. But like, I would prefer you just kind of leave me alone now. Like, why bother me or try to do the back and forth thing? If we just don't work, we just don't really work. But women hold on to fantasies and ideas, and a lot of it is control. A lot of it is control issues because you kind of fantasize about what type of man you want, and women don't they typically kind of, I feel like it's a value aspect. Like if you have a lot of confidence and you value yourself, you're not going to sit around, and you wouldn't want your daughter to explain to a man why that's like putting yourself for sale to a man. Like, oh, this is why I'm a great woman for you. Like it's like putting yourself on display for a man to let him figure out if he wants you or not. If you at a store and you like a shirt, you gonna buy that shit. You're not gonna sit around and hold it and sniff it and look at the tag 30 times. You're just gonna buy that shit. You might try it on, take it on a date, but you're not gonna. Most men know, like when they want somebody, when they don't. Most men know when they want to be married, when they don't, or whatever. Like men usually know what they want, and you can tell based off how they act. And that's where women kind of lose at, because they keep trying to like overreact in situations, and it's like it's very obvious. Like you're telling me what he's doing, and I'm sitting there telling you he don't want you. He's like everything he's doing screams, I don't like you like that. I hit you up and I engage with you when I feel like it, or when I want my dick wet, and that's it. And like it's just a lot of it's obvious. I feel like women do a lot of stuff like that because they don't want to like let go of the idea that they already have in their head about the man, whatever that idea is. Whether it's because some girls have the idea of being like a baby mama. Some girls want to be a baby mama. Some girls just want to milk a nigga just for money, or they have kids just for money. I feel so bad for those kids because I was one of those kids that was literally just like a piggy bank, a walking like extra income when taxes were due. Like that shit is irritating. That's something I just would never do to my kids because money comes and goes. It's crazy to me.
Yeah, females come and go too.
And they do. It's really the same. I tell people all the time, think about what you want out of life and don't sit around waiting for somebody to want the same shit you want. Leave and go be with somebody that wants the same shit that you do.
I think the biggest thing I learned was like, don't have expectations.
Yeah.
Like just do you. I mean, have the respect, the boundaries that you need to have. But as far as like the expectations, like you make yourself crazy trying to expect something that, because they're not living up to your expectations of what you thought they could be. You know
and that's delusional.
Like,
basically. Because
I've been there. I mean, we all.
I've
definitely
been there. I've definitely been in cuckoo la la land, wanting a nigga to do stuff that didn't measure up to love and care. Like the stuff that I cared about when I was younger, I realized like now, like my first boyfriend, I was like, why you don't post me? Why you don't do this? I used to be like so fixated over stuff that just, now that I'm older, I'm like, it doesn't really. I'm at a point now where it's like, don't even post me. Like now, and honestly, now I'm at a point where I feel like men do stuff to like, it's like they're these memes and everything on social media with relationships, and whether it's positive or negative or just men and women speaking on what they prefer. I feel like posting stuff that you prefer gives men like a little cheat code. And it's like, oh yeah, like, oh, that's like if I posted like, hey, I like daisies. And then some dude just like, oh, I bought you some daisies because you said I didn't post it because I wanted you to buy them. I just posted it because I liked them. But to me, I feel like if you're like going out of your way to do shit, like you're monitoring what I'm doing and you're studying me thinking like, oh, this is what she wants. This is what she wants. Ask me directly. Talk to me directly. Let's get back to communicating. I feel like social media has made it too easy to like monitor people and assume how they feel or what's going on with them when it's like you don't really know. If you're curious about somebody and you care about them, just hit them up. Hey, how are you? I'm a regular person like you. Yeah, you can. How are you? Are you good? I'm thinking it. Quan does it all the time. He'll message me. He'll send me an audio like, "What's up? I miss you. We ain't hung out in a minute." It's simple as that.
I know. I'm saying like,
I just feel like it's easy to communicate in any capacity. I feel like when you add in all the extra stuff, I feel like that comes in with just ego and everything else. Like you shouldn't. I feel like being vulnerable shouldn't be so controversial, and I feel like social media has made it that. Like people are scared to like express themselves in real settings like this, but then online it's extra, 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 extra. It's everything, and it's like, okay, you got a personality for the internet, but in real life, when it's time to communicate, you need to communicate those interests to people so you can build a relationship with them.
Well, that's the new normal though. Like that's what they grew up.
That's
like
unfortunate.
You got a 3-year-old, 4-year-old with an iPad. Like that's what they're used to. They don't communicate, and as they grow older, it's the same way.
Yeah, you got to teach. That's just taught, though. Like if a child has an iPad all day and can't communicate, that's just on the parents. It's not really a normal. That's just people accepting things and not trying to go against the grain. I'm very firm on going against the grain because I wouldn't even get my child an iPad. I didn't get my child an iPad till she was like 1.5 or some shit like that.
I think I've just told
And I'm glad. And honestly, I'm glad that I bought it for her. She learned a lot from that shit. Because I was like against it. I was like, I'm not gonna buy this shit. Fuck it. And then I bought her one, and I just kind of put like a few movies on it, and then I started letting her do her own thing on it. She's learned a lot on her own on the tablet, but she's also not one of those kids where like if you take it from her, she's like screaming, crying, like looking for it. Like she's not addicted about it. Like she left it outside one day. She don't really. It's not her main source of entertainment. So I guess I think it just depends on how disciplined you are mentally. Like there are times where I'll tell my child, like, okay, you're done. And if you want to cut up about it. You're just gonna be cutting up. I'm not the type of parent to like cave and give you whatever you want just because you're crying or whatever. Like you're gonna learn how to suffice. Cause I had stuff when I was growing up. I had a PSP, I had every fucking Game Boy. So it's like I understand getting fixated on like a screen or doing something because we grew up with all this technology. Well, I know I did anyways, but I just feel like it's a learning curve.
Some people just not socially active. Like some people can't fucking talk to you.
Yeah, and I think that's because it is the normal. I think because people are so consumed with their phones, all that stuff, and there's no self-awareness. Like if you wanted to be more mindful, there's nothing wrong with being on your phone, but there's also nothing wrong with being like, hey, let me put this down and actually engage. That'd be like me. I'm recording my podcast. I take this shit serious. Y'all sitting there talking to me. I'm just on my phone like this. Because I'm so addicted to it. I have to be looking at my phone.
Nah, my phone stay on D&D.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like I don't. Oh, I keep my phone on D&D.
Some people hate that. Why
I feel like my brother-in-law, about a year ago or so, my brother-in-law started saying that he wanted to be more intentional. And that's why I say it just depends on who you keep around you. My brother-in-law always talks about being intentional, especially when communicating, and he chooses to not respond to messages until he is fully ready to acknowledge and listen to what you're saying. People will get a text from you and they'll read it and then they'll be doing like 3 other things and then they'll forget that they saw the message or whatever. Like people be so scatterbrained and they're just so, I'm so tired of this is just how everybody is. I don't care how everybody else is.
Well, me,
I'm
I
doing me.
just, you know best. I just like my space and my energy.
And I agree. And I think that people should respect that. Like, if you're
people-
like, if you're just done talking for the day, you're just done talking for the day. Just because you're at home on your couch not doing nothing doesn't mean that someone's entitled to talk to you. Like, just because you're in a space where you could talk if you wanted to, doesn't mean you have to. If you say, you speak for you speak on your behalf. I'm Quan, I'm at home, and I'm done. I'm not talking for the rest of the day. Like, that's just, there's
You
no,
might not
there's
even
no,
get that though.
and I mean, you don't have to say that. There's no reason to explain that. I have to say that because
get
people
that.
are slow. Like, if some people don't even have to give you that explanation. Like, you should be able to conjure up in your brain, like, oh, maybe he's busy. Maybe he's tired. Maybe he's not in the mood to talk. Let me get over myself and go do something else with my life. That's productive. Like, getting fixated on why something, like, I'm not going to be blowing on nigga phone up about why, you know, I just, something I don't do. A lot of stuff women do is foreign to me. I don't understand why women do a lot of the stuff they do. Because it's just like, do you think you're ugly? You don't think you can get another nigga? You got to harass this one? That's just how I look at it. Like, why are you harassing a man that clearly don't want you when you could just
I've been do the same.
No.
Oh, I know that. I know that.
Trust me, yeah.
Oh, trust and believe. We could have a field day with that. Because I get some, last night I was out at the bar. This dude was in my face like this. And I was like,
My
he was like,
boy.
I just want to get to know you. And I was like,
Get your
you're
ass back.
very close to me. And he was like, yeah, I just want to get to know you. And I was like, this is a very loud bar. Do you think this is an appropriate place to do that? And he was like, well, it's about to be over. We can go outside. And I was like, okay. And he starts walking outside. And I just walked away. Because I just didn't like that he was in my
How you feel
face. Like,
about
I'm so
that?
glad his breath didn't stink.
How
I
you
probably
feel
would have
about
pushed
that?
him.
Oh, it's part of the dating process, being out, you know, in those environments.
Yeah, but why would you try to hit on me and we're in a bar and it's loud?
Well, I've done it successfully.
Was you buying drinks?
Yeah.
Nah, I just kind of I make myself known. Like if I see something,
I appreciate
yeah,
time
but
and
I'm gonna make
place.
sure you see me see you.
I
You know what I'm
appreciate
saying?
time and place. Like, it wasn't even that I didn't want him to say something to me, but it was like, why are you saying something and it's loud? I can't hear you. And you want me to yell? I couldn't really, I was kind of drunk. So I just was like, it wasn't even about looks. It was about I don't even look at I look at approach. You thought this was a good idea? You thought that this was a good idea.
He shot a shot.
And then some other dude walked up to me as I was walking out, and I'm just like, you niggas have no respect. Just none. Ridiculous.
See, from a dude perspective, we basically shooting out a shot. Like
I don't think there's anything wrong with that.
See you again.
Yeah.
It's a leap of faith type of thing, but it's like it gets to a point to me where it's like it's almost sloppy. Like,
So how do you handle that? If he approach you, is it a respectful way to be like, nah?
I really was just like, it's loud in here. Like, you don't think this is a bad place to talk? And he was like, well, we finna go outside because they were about to, we were at the loft. And they were about to, like, it was like 1:55. And I was like, that's cool. Like, we about to go outside. But I'm just looking at him like,
For a dude, that's not saying no.
I wasn't saying no. I wasn't saying no. I just was like, I don't want to talk in here.
If it's loud, what if a
really
dude
loud.
just give you his number though? Like, cause me, I'ma just.
Oh, well, yeah, that would have been fine. I'd have been like, oh, or if he would have been like, if he would have had his phone up like, oh, this is my Instagram, just follow me and we can figure it out later.
Fuck that Instagram shit.
I don't give out my phone number to niggas. I give niggas my Instagram.
I don't get on Instagram.
I don't give niggas my phone number.
I get it though.
You can do too much with my phone number.
Yeah, I get it.
You can do a lot with my phone number. Actually.
Some people they do too much.
They do.
I don't have time.
You can literally like figure out a lot of people's business just with their phone number. Have you watched Catfish? Like, that's for real. How do you think
Have you ever been catfish before? Have you ever been catfish before?
I haven't.
You haven't?
I've been catfished by niggas that like lie about, like, there are some dudes who like post, they have like old pictures up. So like I've been not catfish, like a nigga didn't look how he looked, a nigga didn't weigh what he weighed.
Yeah.
Quan, I'm serious. Cause like some dudes, like they don't post any pictures, and honestly, that's a new red flag for me. I don't like people that don't post or don't have pictures of themselves at all. Cause it's like, to me, that's like you're either not secure with yourself, or you're just, maybe you're not a photogenic person.
It was a dating site.
No, it was just Instagram. He just had old pictures up. Like he didn't have anything recent up. Everything that he had up was just like,
But was it?
I guess
I ain't got no pictures.
I don't know. I just feel like, why do you have all these old ass pictures up and not anything recent of yourself?
Maybe he just don't be.
You don't like yourself?
Like I'm saying, like.
But why are you on there hitting on bitches then?
I don't post pictures.
Yeah, but you look the same.
Give or take, but
you look the same. Like you don't look any different.
I'm just saying.
I've known you for years. Literally, I've known you for like 12 years, Quan. You look the same.
I don't post pictures though.
You don't really have to post pictures.
I
feel like it's more of like I'll say that it's depending on how the content is controlled. If you have your shit just however you have it, but you be active online, you're just not I'm not saying you gotta post a bunch of pictures of yourself, but like if you're on the internet actively and you would reach out to a girl because she posts, most girls post on the internet as if that is their diary. It is like their whole personality is online. Some men do that too, but majority of the time that's girls. Yeah. Most men are more reserved, more private or whatever, which is why I'm cool with that. But it's just like, if you're hitting on me and I don't have a clear understanding of what you look like, what's the angle here? Now, I've had men send me pictures of them like, hey, I haven't posted in a while, but here's a picture of like more recent.
Women do the same shit though.
Oh, I'm sure they do, because they say women catfish all the time. So I'm not saying that they don't. I'm just saying I think that it shows it's a lack of confidence for me, because it's like, why? What is your purpose for being on the internet? If you're on the internet for business purposes, all that shit go out the window, because it doesn't matter. You're not here to be liked or whatever. You're here to run a business. I do it based on the person. I don't subject all men to one category. Yeah. But like, there's some weird ass niggas who just have fucking cartoons as their profile pictures. Why the fuck are you texting me and it's an anime nigga in your profile picture? I can't see you know what I look like. I post it all the time. It's not a fucking, obviously you know what I look like. That's why you're here.
Right.
I don't respect that. Like, if I'm transparent, I expect transparency.
But you gotta understand what, like,
no, I don't be.
Go ahead. I guess you gotta understand who people are first.
That's why I said it's definitely subjective to the person.
Because you judge them based off of a picture.
It's not that I'm judging based off a picture, but it's like, I do feel like social media presence is important because of the times we are in right now. If you are online actively looking at women that are attractive to you and you're reaching out to them, if you went to a job interview, would you want to go somewhere and they ain't done nothing in years at the business, or would you want people to have active customers in business? And I get that it's not the same thing, because we're talking about business and just online, but it's like, you're taking it seriously enough to pursue somebody. And I don't know if you're serious or not, I guess, because it depends.
But it's also
like
double-edged sword. If I was to post and I post like cars, jewelry, money, like I'll get a lot of DMs.
Right, which is stupid to me.
Right, but I'm saying, like, you're gonna attract those type of people.
Yeah, I don't like that either. I don't like people who just post stuff like that.
So for you to judge a person, I'm gonna say if he's trying to do that just to get to know you, so you won't be like, all right, what he look like first.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying, maybe you get to know him and then like, oh, he don't look as good or attractive.
I don't even care about good. It's not even about looks and attractive now. It's really about you're not confident. I cannot be with somebody who's not confident with themselves. I don't care if you're ugly as fuck. There are some ugly ass niggas who hit on me who post pictures every day. But it's like, they don't care, because they're just like, shit, it's not the look aspect, it's the confidence aspect. Sure. If you're online and you're being so particular about like what you share, what you don't share, that's just weird to me. And I'm going to judge you based off of that, because I'm going to think that you have a lack of confidence. You're thinking before you put yourself out there to the world. You need to make the world eat you whole and swallow you. Like, people need to accept you for who you are. I'm looking for confidence, not a look. I'm not going for attractive, I'm going for confidence. If your social media presence shows like you're trying to hide who you are,
social media is fake though.
It's a very fake place, but it's also a good glimpse into how people are.
I've seen a lot of women. Like, I would say, a woman, she 90% of her pictures makeup, right?
Yeah, or a filter or
and then
whatever.
The other, either filter or makeup, right? And that's how women know. Like, that's what dudes, we go off looks,
right?
So that's why women wear makeup, because they want. You know what I'm saying? Like, we don't know how you really look until we're dating for like 3 years, and I'm at your crib, and you finally take your makeup off. Like, okay, you know,
3 years of makeup,
right? But I'm saying, like, if if you going and having relationships and you just hanging out, women will sleep with you for a year, like not
I know what you
consistently,
mean,
but
but
like
yeah,
you stay at her crib, she
you know
stay
your
at your
experience.
crib. She stay at your crib and like,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? She go home and she take her makeup off when she get home. So like sometimes
Can't relate.
you might
I'll
not.
show up on the first date with no makeup just to see.
I'm saying
Fuck
like,
is you on? Like
but
seriously.
that ain't most women.
Shit.
That's
I'm
why
trying to figure out, do you like me for real?
that's why I asked this. Have y'all ever got catfish before?
I've been catfished by I have men that are and they've been present. They'll post cars, they'll post money, they'll post jewelry, they'll post stuff, but they won't post themselves. And then everything they post will be their best years in high school, their best teenage years. And it's like I feel like we're in that awkward phase where people are starting to grow into that mid-age, whatever. Like everybody's body changes over the years. So it's like some people are gaining more weight, some people are losing hair, some people are just figuring out that they don't really like themselves like that. So it's like,
but there's an audience for every type of person.
I agree with you.
I'm saying like,
I agree.
like, all right, I don't like that. So it's kind of like the swipe thing. Like,
yeah,
just,
I agree.
Yep, nope, yep. That's it.
Yeah,
that's basically what social media is.
Basically, but that's what I'm saying. When you're treating it like that, how dare you? When you have nothing to show for it, like you can overly criticize somebody who's very active, and you're not that active. So it's like you're judging from a place of like just observation. You're not.
I think the internet is just so deceptive. So
it's very and like you
can-
say, a
you
woman
can-
you could think you know some shit.
You think you
And
might
don't.
know this person, then you fuck around and you know you get to know them, you have conversations with them, and it's just
No, like girls do stuff that I would never expect because they just speak in such a bold or confident type of way. You would think that
But ain't nothing wrong with that.
Some women speaking, oh, it's not. But when you're speaking in a way like, oh, I could never, but then like on the back end, like you're
Nah,
kind of doing
yeah,
creep
you
shit.
contradicting
Like I have a
yourself, and
homeboy that showed me a screenshot from this girl. This girl messaged him, had like a bunch, thousands of followers on Instagram. Messaged him and was like, I need X, Y, and Z money, and I'll do anything at this point. I was like, girls are really doing that? And he was like,
yeah, they are.
And I'm like, that's crazy that someone is so desperate to the point where they just like
I'm listening to that song. I'm like,
hit up whoever.
Chicken if you got it.
No, it's
So if you get past this point, like this social media phase or whatever phase it is, to you connect with people, like why is it like why breakup and divorce rate so high? Like, I mean, like that's crazy to me. Like,
I think that breakups and divorce rates are high because people don't really know what they want. And people are not really selfless. A lot of people join and commit to relationships for their benefit. So it's like you're here for a certain thing, and then when you don't get what you want out of it, you're just like, okay, well, what's the point of being here? I could just be by myself. And then I think social media plays a part in it. I think people, like you say, is deceptive. So people kind of see other people,
or they got what they want out of it.
They live through other people on social media, and they're like, oh, I don't really appreciate what I have, so I want to go after what other people want. And the whole time the grass ain't even green. That shit just fake.
I say what you was about to say.
Yeah, or they got what they want out of it.
Right. Or maybe they did. Like you said, maybe it's like, oh, I'm in good. Now if I divorce him, I can get whatever. I can break a piece off because this was mine and he owed me type shit. Right. So yeah, people get married for the wrong reasons and they get into serious commitments for the wrong reasons. That's why I'm very serious about it.
On top of that, just with this generation, a lot of people just don't know how to work shit out. Like
I agree, but I think that you have to know what you want to be able to work shit out type shit.
You know what you want. Let's just say if
Some
you're in a relationship.
I don't think that people really sat down and thought about what they want.
But if you're in a relationship with somebody for 2 to 3, 4 years, or you've been messing with somebody for 6 years, on and off, give or take, right?
Yeah.
You should know what you want in a dude, and a dude should know what he want in a woman.
Did you hear what you just said? Should. People should, but they don't.
Well,
I didn't think about it first after I had my baby and my aunt asked me. Like I always had these like la-di-da fantasies of like stuff that stereotypes, biases from other people. That's what fucked me up. Like the rest of the world and conforming to what other people deemed as appropriate is what fucked me up. When I started thinking as an individual for myself, it was very easy to decipher what I wanted from a man. Or what type of man I want or whatever.
That's
like,
most definitely true.
Yeah, you have to be able to stand down on what you want, even if it's not agreeable to what other people are doing. Typically, it's not supposed to be. It's supposed to be what you want. A lot of people are living to please others as well, and that's a problem too. A lot of people got their whole family mixed up in their relationship.
I think some men
not even married.
kind of fuck up doing that. You try to please the woman and not please yourself.
Men thinks that's their job though. That's the problem. They're teaching men that that's their job too. But men are supposed to be happy
majority
too.
of the women nowadays. If you can't do this for me, XYZ, I ain't got no time for you.
Yeah.
And if you can't give me this, I ain't got no time for you. Like, we got to come to the table with something to give. You come to the table just with a pot, not even some motherfuckers ain't got a pot to piss in.
I
They
agree,
just
but
come
that's
to the
just
table with that.
you have
that
to have
kitty
those
cat, just,
discussions with people. Like that's a discussion you have with women on dates. It's not you don't ask a woman what do you bring to the table. That's not what you ask her. You have to ask her. Asking a woman what she brings to the table is very like that's not the way you ask that. You're supposed to ask like serious questions. Do you want kids?
Yeah.
So what would you ask a woman that you would potentially want to have kids with you? Like
me,
that you need to ask questions like that. Like
I
you're
wouldn't
supposed
come
to be
out and
asking
just be
questions
like,
about
"Hey,
that.
you want kids or whatnot?" But it would be about like their 5-year goal, what they want in life.
But it's not even
What they
about a
wanna
goal. How are you gonna go about having kids with this person? Like, what if you fuck around with a bitch thinking shit cool because she want to have kids, and then she's like, "Oh, well, my family's religious, so we do this."
Yeah.
Now you with a bitch who gotta like you have to really have like deep, like uncomfortable, vulnerable conversations with people, and that's what people are not doing. They're not having real conversations.
Yeah, and
with
like you said,
people.
Quan, like you was like, I wouldn't ask. Like those are questions you need to
You
ask.
have to
like,
ask
right off the
that.
bat, because now you know if I'm wasting my time. or not.
Yeah,
No,
and
it's a
it's not
fact.
like I want to have a baby with you, but I need to
Right,
see
right.
where your head at, even if that potential came.
Yeah.
And you don't want to. And I get why people are like, we too young. You should overwhelm yourself with questions like that because you need to know, like, am
What
I dealing with
triggers you?
somebody who can flip that switch? Like, oh yeah, you can have fun and have a good time, but also you know how to be serious and grind and work on stability, structure. That stuff matters, and you have to be with somebody who thinks like that. If you're not, then it's like you're just.
No, it's a
It's just
fact.
fun.
I
All it
just-
is fun.
You know, you kind of most people get a little intimidated when you ask kind of questions, especially
Yeah,
coming
but
from
that's
a
how you
dude.
wean out weak ass people. You have to
Yeah,
really condition. If you want better in your life, you have to act and operate like you want it and hold people to that. Like I don't.
questions and answers
You hear what I say all the time. I don't care what other
tell
people
you
do.
everything about
I'm gonna do me.
everything with anybody. Your questions that you ask and the answers that you give on both sides of the party
Yeah,
tell what type of person
and you got to
are.
think about why. Like why would you ask me that? Like what's your reason for asking me that? If you're even asking those questions, because I look at men like that don't. If you don't ask me like serious questions on the first date, I'm gonna assume that you just having fun. Because I'm just gonna think like this is just for fun. I'm not expecting like damn. I don't want to be analyzed the first time around, but like I do think it's
But
important
you
to
know
be able
what
to
though?
have a
I'm gonna
stimulating
say this
conversation.
just from past. A lot of women don't even like to be asked questions, like why questions and all that,
Because
they
people are
feel
equally
like
stupid.
you what's the word what the police do?
Interrogating.
They feel like they getting interrogated.
That's people that aren't sure with themselves, or they're just quick to lie. It's either you're about to lie to me, or you don't even know how to handle a man that can ask you questions like that. But that's a learning moment. Like you have to be bold enough to ask those questions. So then, even if they don't give you the answer you want, you challenge them in ways that they never been challenged before.
Yeah.
I've done it a million times. There are men that have cut me out, blocked me because they didn't like what came out of my mouth.
I don't give a fuck. I
So I don't give no fucks either.
I don't care.
Because other people literally will call me and rely on the stuff that comes out of my mouth. So I know it's just some people are not equipped to hear what I have to say. And if you're not really ready to grow or just think about what you want, that's cool. Because most men don't understand. Like if I go on a date, I'm asking questions just to see where your head at. I'm not asking because it's like, oh, this the end all be all. We're gonna be together, and I know that. I don't know that. I just know I'm not gonna waste my time with you if you're not on your shit. Like you're gonna be out of there. Like bitches be bragging about having a roster or having niggas. It's like don't brag about niggas if they not even up quality. That niggas that are not up quality are not really anything to brag on to me. Cause it's like, what are you doing with your life? Yeah, girl. He ain't shit. He just sell drugs and shit. Like that's embarrassing. At this age, that's embarrassing. Like, yeah, he ain't really doing shit with his life, but fuck it. We outside. That's dumb to me at this age. If a woman can't really even come up with some type of explanation or even give you some type of idea of what type of man she want, then it's like you need to sit down and think about it and you need to stop dating. Like, stop out and you want a trick and you want this and you want that. You don't deserve a trick. You don't have no treats.
That's why. That was funny.
Dead.
That's why I prioritize my peace and my time, my space, all that shit. Cause
And you're not like most men either, though. Quan is one of the few men I know. Like, he cook, he clean, like he just does stuff in a way. But he takes care of himself. Like he's not one of those helpless ass men that's just like, oh yeah, I need a woman to come in and just
I ain't gonna lie.
figure it
This
out.
guy the same way. He just cause he got that military background.
Me too.
Shit, yeah. So he
You get taught that. You learn that. So yeah. But
Nah,
that's why
I mean,
he
yeah.
always say
as I got older, like I think in my 20s, just like figuring it out. Like, you don't know. 30s
Yeah.
is
I was
30s.
definitely been figuring it out, so I understand.
30s is trying to get in the groove, and 40s you need to be
kind of
on your
arch
shit.
there.
You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Like,
Need to be all
but it's not a time frame on anything. It's just a learning process. Yeah, I
Living
mean,
your
and
life.
some people take God out of the equation too. So
Yeah, I feel like
that's a
with
big
God in
part
the
of it.
equation makes it easier because it's like you don't have to wonder what's for you, what's not.
Yeah.
Like you just kind of trust the process and
I
let
prayed my
him.
way through a lot of stuff,
You have to, because
like
sometimes, yeah.
relationships,
My dad tell me, do it. If you do it your way, you're gonna be looking crazy. You
situationship.
got to do it God's way, or you're not gonna really.
Yeah,
You're not gonna see the results you want, and it's gonna be harder to get there doing it His way too, because you have to kind of obey and just. Ooh, it's a lot.
cut a lot of people
You
off.
have to stop doing stuff. You have to stop. That's why I tell people don't be scared to go against the grain. That's God telling me to tell people that. Like, stop being scared to go against what. Like, I really cannot stand when people say, like, oh, that's just what everybody's doing. Like, I don't care what everybody else is doing.
Yeah.
Like, cool, y'all conform to bullshit. Good for you. You do what other people tell you to do without thinking or questioning it. Good for you. I'm just not doing that. Not when it comes to me as a person, like just operating in this world. I'm not doing that. There's just too many options. I'm not can't do it. Can't fucking do it. But I did want to ask you about like when you went through how many kids do you have?
I have 3.
3. So your first child, how was the like from finding out she was pregnant until the baby came, like how was that experience? Like just, being support. Cause it's one thing to be the woman. I could talk about how hard it is and how complicated it is to be pregnant and nobody understands you, but it's nice to hear what a man's perspective is. Even if you fucked up or even if you whatever you did, it's just good to hear like what you went through.
No, it was a minute. It was a minute ago. So
Yeah,
I was
well,
in the
talk about-
military, but
Okay.
so it was a lot of. Luckily, I was here. I was there. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
I was gone a lot, but I didn't know like really what to do. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Were you shocked?
No, we was married at that point.
Okay, so you were like whatever.
We were married. We didn't plan it for that time, but we was
Okay,
planning
but
on-
y'all did want to
we
have
was
a kid
planning
though.
on
So
having a child. So when she was pregnant, I was excited, nervous. You know what I'm saying? Like I didn't know what to expect, and but she was still very insecure.
about like what you were doing?
Yeah, because at this point,
So it was a lot of arguing?
she wasn't home. I wasn't home. I was gone. So I think her past relationships kind of,
Traumatized her?
kind of leaked into our marriage.
So she
So-
she brought insecurities into the relationship,
Mhm.
basically.
Because this was like I would say my first real deal like relationship.
Well, yeah.
We dated when we
married
was
and everything,
15. We lost contact. We got back together,
and then got married.
got married, and so a lot of her experiences, she had dudes prior to me, and I was just like in school, focused
Yeah.
on football and shit like that, and I never had like a serious relationship. So when she brought like toxicity to me, I was like, what the fuck
Just
is
confusing.
this? Like,
Yeah.
like it was
It's
just
a
like
foreign concept. Being,
arguing and so it went from like happy and to like
chaos, basically.
to like
The whole pregnancy, you think?
to like I don't even think we should bring the child into this.
Oh,
But
wow.
I was doing what I felt like I needed to do, like massages, like being there for
You were
her.
really trying to be there.
Yeah,
though.
I didn't know what the hell to do.
You just was like, what you need type shit, though,
Yeah.
which is better than nothing.
And trying to cook more or whatever she needed.
And what about in preparation for the baby? Like, did you try to like learn how to change diapers or,
No, I got a lot of nieces and nephews,
So you were kind of like, some of that stuff was like
Yeah.
whatever.
Yeah.
The baby aspect wasn't.
Growing up like we did, like if you was the child up, you had to change the child down, like type stuff.
Basically, yeah.
But all those things came, made sure that we had everything we need, diapers and all that stuff, and
You did what you were supposed
whether
to.
it's gonna breastfeed or all that, or
Yeah, I was like, that's what like,
formula
well,
and stuff like that, but-
like, were you really a part of all that? Because some men don't even
Yeah.
understand like all of the things that women contemplate before
Mhm.
bringing a child into this world. Like, what do you want to do? What do you not want to do?
Yeah,
And then some dads are very particular about stuff, not understanding the lengths that women go through to bring the child here. And then you try to step in and give all your input about what you think should and shouldn't happen. And it's like, do you have a concrete reason for why you don't want? Because I'm all for respecting a father's wishes, because it's nice I like for a man to have an opinion. I didn't have that luxury. My child's father didn't care, and he wasn't there, so it was just kind of like everything was just on me, which I enjoyed, but it wasn't a preference. I didn't really want that. I wanted somebody to want to be there and want to learn through the process. Like, I didn't have no whole bunch of expectations. I really just was hoping he would enjoy just being supportive, but it just didn't. It didn't really work out like that. But I know some girls kind of complain, and I'm like, I feel like some women complain and they be having it better than what I've had, and I'll be like,
Yeah.
women are complaining. I'm like, you had way better than what I did, so why are you crying?
Yeah, and
Like,
I wanted my child to have better than what I had, but at the same time, like, I'm not that fucked up. So I feel like what I went through wasn't bad, but it was
still something to
it
go
was those
through.
learning lessons that I
Yeah.
got along the way. But I didn't want to. I don't like to give my kids everything.
Yeah, I mean,
You have to
it's
let
a
them
balance.
earn it.
Yeah,
tell
it's a
them no.
balance. Yeah, because if you don't, then they have developed other bad habits. So it's just a
Mhm.
whole new. Yeah,
But yeah,
can
I
see that.
mean that whole experience from my first child to my last, I got 3 girls. So on the
Girl,
first,
dad,
the first to the last, it was like the last one was like I told you that my daughter's moms are different.
Yeah. So your last child, the mom is more like chill,
Yeah.
cool, and she don't have any kids outside of the
Right.
girl. Okay,
Yeah, and she's very communicative, whatever.
she communicates well,
Oh yeah, like, and
easy to get along with.
she's very like just mellow. She don't like, I can't even argue with her. Like, if I have a disagreement, she was like, "All right, it's just getting to the
Little
point
too
we're about to
much.
argue."
It's too much now.
She's like, "I'll call you back," and then she won't answer the phone for like a couple days. And
But she
I
just
start to respect that. Like, okay,
she's
okay,
she
needs
knows
to
how to like separate and
simmer
not.
down.
Yeah, she ain't the type to like explode with her words.
But I
and
also
say
think she
something.
learned me more than I learned her.
Mm.
Like, so, and I thought that was a big thing for me. Like,
Is
she
there an
really,
age gap?
yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
What's the age
She's
gap?
28, 27, 28.
Oh, okay. So we like the same age.
Yeah, so she's very like, I think it was her upbringing though. Like,
It could, yeah.
With like her family, they talk, they go out a lot, they communicate.
They can, yeah. That's why she's like, this is too much. She's self-aware. That's good though.
And I know she was about that life because she didn't get no epidural. She just straight.
That was me. That was me.
Straight. I was like,
that
oh
was me.
my
I took that shit
God,
like a G.
This is.
I actually was on extra drugs, so it actually made it hurt worse, and I did not get no epidural.
Yeah,
I was
so
like,
we went to the hospital.
Yeah, you got to eat that shit.
We went to the hospital. She went to like this little private hospital, whatever.
She probably went to a birthing center.
Something like that. I don't
Yeah,
know.
that's good.
Went in there and
he's like, I'm just here. But that's why I asked for the male perspective, because like y'all just kind of be there, and it's like, what do I do? Because a lot of the time y'all seem kind of useless in some of the
useless, but
a lot of the situations.
I was
it's
just like,
you have to make do. It's like you have to find a way to make yourself useful in those situations.
it was like, so for my first daughter, I wasn't in there. Like, she had emergency C-section, and
Oh my.
like the baby had to come. They were like, yeah, like her heartbeat was dropping. I think the cord wrapped around her neck twice.
Oh no, that baby.
And so I had to take her daughter, my ex-wife's daughter, down to a family member. By the time I got up, my daughter was out. My second daughter,
your first wife already had a kid.
Yes.
So she has 3 girls herself, or she has 3 kids herself.
Yeah, she has 4.
Okay. Oh, okay. Got you.
4.
So that was a lot going on.
Yeah.
It's compromising then.
Yeah. It's another part.
It's
another part of that marriage that I'm not gonna speak on.
Yeah, and that was a compromise to be with somebody that already had a kid and you ain't have no
Yeah.
kid. That's always a compromise.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's the reason why I ain't got no kids.
I mean, I think it's a lot to think about. To be with, I think that's something serious to consider, being with somebody.
But
that has a kid.
It was an understanding that like it's a package deal type thing.
Yeah, and I mean I respect you for understanding that, but I think that's important to.
So
I respect people that think about that before they just, be with somebody on a serious level. Like, then you do have a kid. I don't like no man that don't even acknowledge that I got a kid. Like, honestly, if you don't even acknowledge that I have a kid, I don't even think about you. Like,
yeah.
You like somebody, you're for fun to me. Like, and then you're nothing when I just don't want to deal with you no more.
And then a part of it was like you said, just acknowledging that she have a kid, but acknowledging also she has another person in her life, which is the kid's father. And they used to argue all the time, like all the time.
That's what I don't.
And I'm like, why are you giving them that energy?
Right, because that's not a good look when you got a man like you with me and you supposed to be happy and satisfied here, but you arguing with this guy.
And so she started like,
and don't get me wrong, frustrated makes sense.
She kind of moved away from the arguments with him and all that stuff, and kind of like focusing on us. And then he basically went away with the argument because she didn't give him the energy. But then I became the
It's a common denominator.
Yeah. So and I just really it was the I was married for 10 years with her. I think 7 of those years were very toxic.
I hate that.
Yeah, and it was like working it out, trying to work it out for the kids. Like I don't believe in working it out for the kids.
I don't blame you.
That's not
It's delusional.
So
to me, like it's evident when something's not working out.
Yeah.
And especially when it's like it's only so many conversations. It's only so many conversations you can have.
Yeah.
Like it's either we can compromise or we can't.
Yeah.
Like, you know what you want, she know what she want. If y'all can't come to agreement, it's like I never understood people prolonging the inevitable. Why do you do that? If you know like you're not gonna be together, why stay as long as you are, knowing you're not gonna get what you want out of it? Yeah, it's like a girl being with a nigga for 10 years, wanting a ring, knowing you're not gonna get it. Like you should have left. Like for me with women, I tell women this all the time. After so much time passes and a man know what you want, you should have left. That's not at that point, that's your fault, not his. He know what you want and he don't care. You sticking around to stay thinking he gonna change his mind and he not leave. I think it matters if that's what you want. Yeah. If you want a ring and you done told the man you want a ring, you want to marry and you want to be committed, yes, it matters because that's what you want. If you some girl that's like, I don't care about that, then cool. I want people to have what they want out of life. If you're okay with something being monogamous but without a commitment, cool. People make it about the courts and the papers and all that. If you stand before God and make a commitment and you symbolize that with a ring, then that's a marriage to me. I don't care about a marriage. I don't care about the government, God. Like, I just don't, because a lot of the times they're just doing stuff to keep, we're all just numbers and statistics to them. So your marriage license ain't nothing but a serial number as documented proof that you married before the government. That's for the government. Like if I done set up with a dude and we have some ceremony outside, whatever, and it's to me, symbolism is just on your heart. Like if I marry somebody and I'm like, it don't matter. Like the marriage license ring thing is trivial to me. I want to be married. I would like a ring because that's what I want. But I'm not going to be mad at some girl that's like, girl, I don't care about that. That don't mean nothing to me. Good. A ring doesn't symbolize love to you. Cool. To me, it does. If you just set up and gave me this gesture, token of love to get married, yeah, let's do this. That's just how I see it. You're not going to make me feel bad because that's what I want. Those discussions are, to me, those are different because I'm not going to make fun of somebody for not wanting the same things that I do, but I think you should honor your word. If you set out your mouth, this is what you want, you should be communicating that to somebody so they know, like, this is what I want, and if you can't give me that, cool, I'm going to move on. And eventually, all these billions of people in the world, you're going to find somebody that can kind of parallel that with you. You're going to find somebody that can meet you in the middle. It may not be exactly what you want or envision, but you're going to meet somebody that's going to tell you you're not asking for too much. And that's just how I see it. That's a trivial thing. I do think it's done for a girl to stay with a man for a long time, though, knowing you're not gonna get what you want out of him. And a guy too. Why are you staying somewhere and knowing it's not gonna go where you wanted to go?
Yeah. I think sometimes a lot of relationships, like people lose individuality sometimes. Like they get in a relationship and just
some people get kind of fixated on just being in a relationship, I think it's just like they're happy to be with somebody and they're happy to do all this cliche shit that they see people do on TV and on the internet, and it's like it's not special anymore because now you're just doing it because you just see it on fucking TV.
Yeah.
You don't want to do this with me. You want to do it because you want a person to do it with. That don't make me feel special. Like you could find anybody to make you happy and do this with. Like that type of thing don't make sense to me either. Like I feel like you have to know what you want in that aspect. Like everybody's different, and I've accepted that everybody wants different things. I'm cool with that. You want what you want. Quan can sit up and say, I don't ever want to get married. Fuck bitches. And I'd be like, I respect that because that's what you want. You don't want to get married. And there's more to life than getting married. Me personally, that's just something I've always wanted. I don't
get wiped up.
Yeah, I've always wanted to be a wife. I've never wanted to like be just ill.
So would you be submissive?
Yeah. I feel like being submissive is very easy. I just think that every man doesn't deserve a submissive woman. I feel like you need to be the man you want to be. And I feel like you have to be transparent to get the woman that you want. I feel like once you're fully transparent, I can respect you. Even if we're not going to be together, it's a, hey, I respect that you know what you want out of life. I feel like I respect confidence and all of that. I feel like there was a guy I was dating a long, long time ago, and I was like, I can't submit to you because we don't want the same things. He was worth submitting to, though, because he was a really good, like, he was a good dad. He was a good everything. I just was like, we don't want the same things. So it's like, if I got with you, I would be settling because I know what I want. So I'm not going to waste your time. But I also didn't make him feel like shit because we didn't want the same things. I just was like, you should be with somebody who can compromise with you. There was just stuff he wanted to do that I couldn't deal with. And then he was already a dad and I was already a mom. I was like, I'm not, there's just, as a parent, there's things that I'm not doing. And there's things he wouldn't do. And I'm like, how are we going to have kids and combine our households and we don't like the same stuff? Like, you don't like that I don't like. I told him I don't like my child eating McDonald's. He's like, so we together and I want to take the kids to McDonald's, you wouldn't let me. And I was like, no. And I would hope you would respect that. But if not, then why are we debating about something that's trivial? Like, I just told you don't take them to McDonald's. Like, it's simple. Avoid the damn arches. It's very simple. I'm telling you, don't spend money on displays. But it's also, I can't be mad at him for wanting to feed his kids that. Like, you should be able to feed your kids whatever you think that. I can't judge that. But I would want somebody to respect what I wanted, if that makes sense. Like, you should respect what I want as a mom. But that's where the disconnect comes from. Being submissive is easy. I have dads, uncles, all that. I do whatever the fuck them niggas tell me to do. And I don't even agree with half the stuff that they do. But I know that when I need something, they'll be there. I can submit to a man that's not my man because I know he's a protector, a leader, a provider. Submission to me has nothing to do with a relationship or a woman. It has everything to do with what type of man you are. I'll submit to a man easily if I know that you are worthy of respect. Some men are not. And I can pinpoint that always. Some men are not worthy of my respect.
Okay.
There's just some that are, some that aren't. Like, there's just some men, like, yeah, like, they know how to be a man, and it's obvious. Like, even if you're not the man for me, you still deserve respect, because you know what you want, and you know, like, your methods may not work for me, but another girl may be like, oh my God, I've never in my life been treated so well, so fuck it. Like, this is cool. Like, some women are very like, oh, whatever, I just want to be, like, airheaded and not think about stuff. I just want to do whatever my man tells me to do. There are women like that.
Oh yeah, I want one.
And I love that for them because there's no expectation. They're just like, oh, whatever, babe. Like, I'm just happy to be with you. Yeah. And good for those bitches. Yeah. There's just certain things that I'm particular as hell. And I know how, and I want a man that's like, girl, whatever you want. Like, yeah. I don't even care. And the stuff that I'm particular about, men typically don't care about. So it works for me. Like, a lot of the stuff that I'm particular about, men like, it's whatever.
Yeah. I think like, for me, like, I ain't gonna lie, I be insecure sometimes.
About
like,
what you think?
Like, if my girl be out late night, shit like that.
Oh, but like if she's out late, yeah. Got you.
With her friends and all that shit. Because like, in the past, like, it always ended up me being cheated on.
Oh, so you're more insecure about your girl not making the right choices.
Yeah.
You're already assuming men gonna be men because you know how they operate.
Yeah. Like,
you've been cheated on, so you're like, oh, I don't know, I might get left.
Like, cause it ain't no dude in the world still attract a woman.
Yeah, that's
like,
just life.
He's gonna shoot his shot and she say I'm married or whatever, and if she's like, nah, I'm married, then like, fuck you then, bitch. Like, shit like that.
That's too much though.
Hey, dudes do it. You know
that's too much entitlement for me. Like, a lot of the time people be hopping down to fuck you. It's like, if you're not hopping down to be serious and be committed, what was your, like, intentions are everything to me. So it's like, what was the purpose of doing this? And if you're dating somebody who's going out with her girls to,
like, my ex-wife,
she still got it. I don't like that.
My ex-wife, for example, I found out like years later that she was going out while I was asleep. Never knew it. Like, never knew it. Like, never knew it. Like, I'm talking about, because I'm in the military. You know, you work long and you just sleep.
Out while you're asleep.
So we had the baby.
Yeah, with the baby.
Listen, we had the baby. I'm in the military. Like, she was in a crib, but I don't know. She probably could have been in the bed or whatever. But so being up with the baby, working, like, so when it's time to sleep, you go in that deep sleep.
Yeah, of course, because you're tired. Like,
and so she was going out with a friend, and
what the baby was. The baby wasn't been sleeping through the night at this point.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, so she was like, I'm straight.
So it wasn't even like sleeping through the
Household
night.
in
It was
order.
like that maybe like 11:30 to like when the clubs close.
Yeah.
So I'm not waking up at 2:00. Like I just never woke up.
Yeah, why would you? I mean, really, why would you? Especially if you probably woke up at dark 30 to go to work or to go to train.
She told me.
Oh, she told you.
Yeah, like later on.
Oh.
Oh damn. How'd you do?
I mean, it was only some way she could feel it.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, at that point it was just adding it. Yeah, adding it.
Well, yeah, that's after she like I knew she cheated and shit like that, bro.
Wow.
Like,
and this was where were you stationed?
Michigan. At a operations support center.
Yikes.
So I wasn't really like out to sea, but I was going on a lot of yikes, like department training. Like I'll be gone for a week.
Y'all were in an area where she did, yeah.
Like some people are afraid to like just cut it off when they know that it's not what they want.
A lot of people hold on to that stuff for security. Like you want to hold on to the nigga so you can have a secure household the whole time. You don't really want to. You're not with getting married like for security and not love is despicable on a woman's part. That's predatory to me.
Yeah.
Like you're a predator to me. To prey on a man because he has X, Y, or Z for security, and then like you're not happy, and then you find all these manipulative ways to make it seem like it was him the whole time when really it was just you knew you didn't really want to marry him. You're a predator.
I learned a lot. I learned a fucking lot. Like I'm talking about not moving in with females.
Yeah, I'm at that space now where I understand that.
If you're single, always keep your crib.
Mm-hmm, I agree.
Always keep your crib. I don't care how much you love this person.
You mean if you're in a relationship?
Yeah.
No, I mean my bad. If
just
you're in a relationship
whether
with a person,
you're single,
like,
dating, or whatever, like if you're not, I feel like it comes with stages of the stuff because I've jumped the gun and been in a nigga face every day, all day. Like I'm just here, just looking stupid as fuck because I want to be with somebody. Yeah, no, I literally get uncomfortable now, especially now that I have a daughter. I couldn't imagine just being laid up at a nigga house and I got a kid. Like if I'm free or whatever and it's just my free weekend, cool. But like to just always be that bitch, like oh I'm finna go, like just finding a reason to escape my child to go be with a nigga. I'm not doing that. Like it's so uncomfortable now. It's actually very uncomfortable for me now to like do all that. Yeah.
What?
When I moved in.
Mm-hmm. And when you do it too soon, like you need to like slowly build into a commitment and to an exclusive relationship. You can't go from like people get so possessive and entitled because they wanted somebody to have to fuck on.
Mm-hmm.
You were never really ready to settle down and be like, I'm enjoying my life right now. I honestly enjoy not being with nobody. I enjoy not being obligated to nobody's emotions right now. All that shit is lovely. Like, and I'm not gonna pretend. I'm not gonna pretend it's not. Like, it's just, I'm not gonna kid myself. And I'm not gonna lay up in a nigga house like, oh yeah, like, this is great. No, I'm not doing that.
What that lady say?
I'm not doing that shit. I agree with you. Keep your normal life the way it is. This is safe, it's comfortable. You know, can't nobody take this shit from you. Don't go jump and move in with a girl or move in with a guy and you don't know where it's gonna go. Or you don't even know if you're equipped to deal with this. Cause as soon as you move in, I don't care what nobody say. Shit be a big deal. Like when you do stuff like that, that's a big deal. Like that's damn near steps to marriage. And that's where our generation and just social media has messed people up in general. People move too fast, doing things that if you want to obey God's law,
it's okay with moving fast.
You ain't supposed to do all that, really.
It's okay
if you want to talk about God and all that, you really is not supposed to do that. To be honest, it's really supposed to be a build up. Like people are so used to having access to porn and people just being so idly ready to have sex that people don't know how to earn or work for anything. Everything is, everybody's having sex or everybody's doing, okay, well, go have sex with somebody that's easy to have sex with.
And the point though is
the stimulation not gonna be there. It does be, it's a respect for yourself. Like you're just giving your body up because you want to do something with it, because you want to feel something. Have a conversation with people.
But some people ain't godly though, so
that's unfortunate for them.
That's the way it works. Like
that sucks for those people that are of this world. My dad says that's flesh fighting the spirit.
Mm-hmm.
You living for your flesh. You're letting your flesh fuel your wants, needs, and desires when you need to really listen to your spirit and do what God has placed on your heart to do. You can't pray to God and ask him for things and then he gives them to you and you're just like, okay, well, that's like, I don't really want this, but thanks for giving. Like, what did you asking for it for? Then when you call him when you really need it, he gonna be like, you just crying wolf.
Yeah. Like I say, it's okay with moving fast. If you move with intentions,
There you go.
it's
what's good about moving fast, you think?
Because that's why I say you got to move with intentions. If you know what you want, you make the moves.
So you think that like if it's like mutual on both sides, it's like okay, like moving fast isn't a bad thing
if you have both intentions,
yeah, I can see that
because
then, yeah.
because we're gonna
it
work
feels
through
right.
it.
It's like your intuition telling
Yeah.
you like it's a goal. Go ahead, just do it, type shit.
And I think like
Not for everybody. Not for
No,
everybody.
I think it's an intuition thing. You're like you should be able to trust yourself and your feelings to know like okay, this is mutual for both of us. We should do this.
Mhm.
I can see that.
Like when my youngest daughter, mom, like that kind of thing. Like
Yeah,
she don't argue a lot. Like I'm not an argumentative person. Like
yeah.
but it's like I have some ways that rub people the wrong way. She
Of course,
does. Like
nobody's perfect.
so, but the intention is to work through it. Like people will break up so easy, but they don't fight to stay together.
Because leaving is easy.
Yeah, they don't fight to stay together. Like
Yeah.
I think that's the
Because you have to really want it, and then it's like, what are you fighting for at that point? Because it's like, do you really want this? Are you like, what's the reason for why you're here? Because some people aren't in it for that person. Some people are in it to use that person. Like it's like people are treating each other like vessels in a way.
Right.
Like you can't. I see a lot of men get used, and that's just like it sucks.
Just like you fast with food, you got to fast with social media, like your phone, and all
people,
that
sex.
stuff.
Me
You
and my
gotta-
homegirl just had a conversation about
gotta
that,
really think
about
about-
celibacy and stuff like
Yeah.
that. Like I told her because we were on the phone. I was like, I feel like, yeah, I told her I was like, I feel like celibacy. You're not celibate if you're still masturbating. And she was like, she was like, why do you
people
think?
out there
But
who
she
think
asked-
celibacy
But she
is
asked
you
me-
not still getting motherfucker? If you putting a dildo or you playing the DJ at night, that is called
said that.
abstinence. This
I
is
said-
not celibacy. So when you tell me, hey, I'm celibate, I've been celibate for 8 years, you mean to tell me you've been living like a nun for 8 years? Because that's fucking hard.
And I told her that she was like, she was like, I feel like celibacy is just
It ain't what you
and I was like,
feel.
no, it's celibate. I was like, if
the
you are
word
still
is the word.
I was like, if you are celibate, you should not be. I said you should be. You should be abstaining from sex.
Yeah.
Period. Like
Any
type
type.
of orgasm, you should not be feeling no type of pleasure at all and claim to be celibate.
Ooh,
like,
I remember I had an
you can't-
argument with somebody about
Me and my
this.
homegirl were just talking about that.
I had an argument.
Retention.
I had a whole argument with somebody.
Yeah.
You need you a fluff. You need to get fluff a little bit.
Get a little fluff, John.
I'm sorry,
We learned a new word today.
fluff yourself.
Fluff yourself. Fluff.
Please be so fucking.
But I think as a whole, like you have to, like especially like with me, I have to understand the big picture. For myself, what I want, who I want, and who I want around my kids.
Yes.
So I mean,
I'm glad you think about it like that.
That's the big
That's
picture for me.
admirable.
Like they don't care about another woman. Like at this point.
Yeah, how is that dynamic? Like bringing other girls, or have
They-
you let a lot of girls meet your kids?
One,
So you're picky about it too.
and they don't really care for her.
The girl that they or not like they don't like her, or they just like whatever.
Because they're in their own emotions right now. They're in cheerleading.
14 and 11
Yeah,
at that
so-
age.
So they're just
ain't care
focused on
about
whatever
that.
they.
Yeah, well, you also may have those. I can't say that because my dad was kept out of my life for an extended period of time.
It's the same.
So it's like I am very like funny about my dad though. So like it's different. Like when my dad joked about like I'm his only daughter. He doesn't have any other girls in his life for real. So when he jokes like about like, oh, like, because I have a stepmom now, and he's like, oh, if she gets pregnant, he was like, you'd be happy if it was a girl, and I was like, I would push her down the stairs. Like it's just me.
I think.
Who the fuck
Salty.
is this girl?
Yeah,
Yes, like
salty.
who the fuck is this? Correct.
But see, I
You're
think
correct.
with his daughter,
My dad is mine.
I don't have kids,
It's
so
mine.
the only way you can connect that, I think, is about who you bring around your parents. Like
My dad's mine. So
I ain't never.
He's
There's
smart.
not too many people that never met my mom that I don't mess with.
yeah, but I respect people that are careful about that. Like you don't
Yeah.
just let any old
Ooh.
whatever. My child's father just said that we just got into an argument last week. He was finna go on a date, and I was like, okay, that's cool. I'm gonna pick up my baby, and he was like, no, my brother can watch her, and I was like, you would ask somebody else to watch her over me, and you finna go on a date? He's like, well, I could just take her on a date. I've taken her with me, and I'm like, I don't know about this. I didn't know you took her to just meet random bitches. And I told him that when I first had her, I was like, don't let my baby meet random.
He was trying to show off what he can make.
Yeah, because girls like the whole,
See
oh,
that?
you got your baby thing. And it's like, fuck them. Are they buying diapers? Are they teaching my baby the alphabet? Like, fuck these hoes.
I don't know.
Have fun with them and go about your day. Like, I don't care about him dating, but it's like, don't mix those two things because my daughter's some type of selling point for you. Like, that's cute that you look good with the baby because I don't care about that.
It's hard though.
I don't let people like I don't do
separate
that.
Like you really have to separate it because you can't tell him what to do when the child is with him.
But the intentions are bad. Like, I know your intent is not to. Why are you letting my child meet people?
I know.
And you don't. Your intention is not to. He has no intent to marry or settle down with anybody. Like, I know that's not his intention.
It sucks, but
so it's like, why are you just do that on your own time? Like, I don't even care that you're doing it. Do it without my child mixed in there. Why are you bringing my child out to be around some girls and you supposed to be focused on the girl?
Yeah.
Then I told him,
if
you like the girl, cool. If you like her and you really like, she really might be it. And even if he's not sure and he doesn't know what he wants, even if he was just testing the waters to try to be more intentional, I wouldn't say anything because at least you're making an effort to establish a real type of commitment with somebody.
But even if he's really trying to establish a real connection and it don't work, it's still the same. It's still that.
But you're not trying though. I know you're not trying. That's not the intent behind this.
You can't assume.
I don't have to assume. I know this nigga. I had a baby with this nigga. I know this.
Okay.
This is terrible. This is bad work for me. I asked you to do one thing. Why are you bringing the baby around the damn girl, bro? Like, you don't even like the girl.
It's a line.
Like that.
It's a line. It's a thin line. It's a very thin line.
It's disrespectful.
Like
honestly.
Like sometimes a baby mama can say, "Oh, he's a shitty dad. Like he don't do this." Like you can never say that a man is a shitty dad as the mother.
Yeah, I don't feel like he's a shitty dad.
No, I'm saying
like
you can't make that.
No, I
opinion
get what
anyway
you're
because
saying.
you're not in his life in that capacity.
Right.
Like, cause you can say, "Oh, he's a shitty dad," but the child can think like he's.
My baby loves her dad. She's like,
matter.
"Oh, he's great." Like and I don't ever I don't want her to think ill of him. I want her to feel however she feels about him. If you love him, you love him. I'm looking at him from a standpoint as an adult, like as a parent. Like, you're a little boy to me when it comes to parenting. Like, he does little boy stuff. And any man that is a dad would look at the stuff he does and say, this is what little boys do.
Well, that's where he's at in his life.
And that's fine. But if I can't say anything, I don't advocate for my child. I'm not advocating for my child at that point. I'm letting her just go through whatever. I refuse. Because nobody advocated for me when I was a child. And I went through a lot that I didn't have to go through because other adults didn't speak up. If I know something is not right logically, I'm saying something. I don't care who you are. I don't care what I did with you. I don't care if we're not together. I don't care if we still are together. If something's not right, I should be able to say something. Everything I'm saying right now, I've already said to him. Now, has it processed and registered? I doubt it. But I said it. So it is what it is.
Right.
According to him, my podcast sucks. So I'm trying to figure out how a platform for people to discuss their problems, their feelings. I'm trying to figure out how this is a space that sucks. It just can't. I can't take the opinion of somebody like that seriously because you don't think in a positive way. But you're not thinking in a way that is, I mean, you could be in whatever headspace you're in because you're not there yet. You haven't evolved. You're not mature. That's fine. But like until you get there,
perception is key though.
I'm on your ass till you get there.
His perception could be.
That's all that is unfortunate and cute, adorable. It doesn't change that I'm gonna say something.
But when we was kids, we could say anything to our mom and dad, but we couldn't fucking control them from doing it.
Who can say anything to their mom and dad?
That's what I'm saying. Even if you did, you wouldn't.
I literally couldn't even say when I had to go to the bathroom.
No, that's my point. So like, you can't control his perspective.
It is, but that was literally my life. I couldn't go to strangers. We couldn't go to people's houses and ask for a drink, or we starved, man. Like that's how I grew up. Like every little thing, like I grew up in a space where I did not receive love and I couldn't really, but it's one thing to go to people's house and tear shit up and ask for many things, but like to go to people's house and be like, I'm thirsty, I'm hungry, like we get in trouble for just saying that.
Nah, we gotta use a water hose.
I can see if we playing outside like some dogs.
You think everything he does, like warrant something said to him? Like,
I mean, a lot of the stuff he do, I don't really know about it, so I can't speak on stuff I don't know. I can only go off of what I see.
Yeah.
I can't assume what he does, and I can only assume that she's taken care of because I done trusted you to take her.
Mm-hmm.
So if you have her, you good or whatever. But then you're telling me like, oh, I've taken her. I'm finding out months and months later that you've taken her out to meet other girls. I don't like that because I would tell him if I did.
Opinion?
Yeah, I don't really like that, and I can't. So I can only judge what I see.
So you just say that, hey, I don't like you taking her to see other girls, and that's the end of it.
Well, it turned into a whole argument. I was like,
no, what he said is like that's the end of you. Like that's just the end of it.
I would like for it to be that, but it's never that. He always makes it into something else. He always says like, I'm grown, I don't have to tell you this or that or
And
whatever.
you say what?
And then I'll just be like, out of respect for me, I would want you to tell. I just say I would want you to tell me that. That's what I told him in that moment. I was like, I would assume you would tell me something like that because I would give you that courtesy. And I also mentioned that when I first had her, when she was a baby, I was like, if you want to do whatever, that's fine, but just do that shit on your own time.
Yeah, it goes
I
back
do
to
it on
those.
my own time. So
Goes
why
back to those
wouldn't-
expectations.
Right. And it's like if I'm telling you that and you don't have respect for what I
But
am
that's what you
telling
expect from him.
Yeah.
To do what you would do, right?
Yeah, basically. But he
But
doesn't.
you can't
do-
expect that from him.
Yes, I
Because you're
can.
not him.
Correct.
You share a kid.
But
with
I
him.
should be able to say something.
Right.
Oh, okay.
You should
I
be
can say
able to
something.
say something.
Expectations are probably a little.
But see, when you start expecting what you expect from him, what you do, and you expect that from him, I think that's where it gets crossed. Like,
yeah, but always that's always a cross.
but see,
we're not built the same, and we really never were. And it took us having all that we went through for me to realize, like, damn, we're really like not like people like that know my situation and know my child's father. Like, how the fuck did you do this to yourself? Like they see the stuff I go through with him, and they're like, how did this happen?
Well,
complete night and day opposites.
At some point, you found. I like to say, there's God and piece of God in all of us.
Yeah,
I agree.
And then you find that little piece of God in him that you found in him, and that's who you was focused on. And
I think that's true.
And
it's trying to see like the good in people.
Yeah, I mean,
of the
so what I'm saying is he's not all bad.
He's not. There's a lot of potential there, and it's actually very unfortunate. And I think that's why I held on for like a really long time. It was like I was hoping, expecting, like
I mean, people are where they are based off of their experiences.
People told me that when I was pregnant, like, oh, he'll change when the baby comes.
See, everything is a perspective.
He's adjusted to being a dad, but not really like the responsibility. Yeah, like everything's not a big deal to him. Like nothing's a big deal to him when it comes to just parenting. And he blames my child for stuff that just like she's a child. She doesn't really realize what she's doing. And he's like, oh, well, she's smart, so she'll just figure it out. And I'm like, she's smart, but people that are smart need guidance.
Mm-hmm.
People that are untamed and smart think that they know everything. So I'm confused.
I mean, I see some of his philosophies, like the stove,
the laid back,
touch the hot stove. You want like that type of thing. Like she's gonna learn.
Yeah,
but he's not gonna.
Stuff is how I feel.
Yeah, but I don't.
But
feel
like no, she'll literally do something that needs to be corrected, and they'll be like, "Oh well, that's not my fault that she did that." And I'm like, "It's not your fault that she did that because you can't control what a child do. You can't drag them around." But it's like if you're not actively staying on top of what they're doing, you don't have that moment to step in and be like, "Hey." Redirect. Like sometimes we won't even tell her like, oh, this is wrong. Like if Melanie starts doing something, we'll just redirect her to something else that's safer. Like say she's trying to draw on the table or on the wall. Here's a piece of paper in it. Like this is what you draw on. I'm not gonna beat you. So it's like I'm not saying like, oh, discipline, but it's like you have no cares for any type of structure when it comes to a child. And it's like, you're a glorified babysitter.
I'm just being biased because I was like that.
No, and you should. You're a dad. So, and I feel like you take a lot of things more seriously than he does. And if I was dealing with somebody who's a little bit more serious, I wouldn't have the problems that I'm having.
I mean, so like, I'm saying
I would rather be laid back, like not having to give a fuck. Like I'd be asking him, like I was asking him when I was pregnant, like, oh, do you want to like take her to, I was like, do you want to get CPR? I was like, do you want to learn CPR so you know how to do CPR on the child? Do you want to learn how to change diapers? Do you want to learn? Because there's a lot of stuff he didn't know how to do. And I was like, I can show you, or I was looking at classes. I was trying to be helpful for somebody that claimed they want to get prepared for a child to come into this world. And it's just shoulder shrugs.
I ain't get CPR either.
It don't matter. And you don't have to. That's just how I think. It's not a judgment. It's just, that's just what that's something I'd ask. If I had another baby with somebody else, I would ask them the same thing. I can show you, or you can go take the class. I know how to give CPR on an infant. It's different from giving CPR on a person. You don't push on their chest.
I think it's just, dads and moms kind of raise their kids. Because I grew up in a single mom house.
Yeah.
My dad's house every weekend. So everything y'all talk about, I kind of,
You understand it.
I've been on the both sides of it, but I do think if you had a little boy, if you didn't have Melanie, you had a little boy, it'll be different. I think you and what you would be saying would be a little bit different because he's a boy.
Yeah, because it's a boy. And I think boys need
her
their
being
dad.
a
Women
girl
can't give a boy what they need.
It's different because I done seen him raise his girls. I done seen my dad raise me. It's a whole totally different thing from what my mom. Like, yeah, my mom, I say little word, I hear she snuck up on me already. She right behind me.
Right.
My dad, like, it's a freedom. Like, point of a case. Your mama tell you to go wash the dishes, right? She don't mean wash them 5 minutes ago. 5 minutes later. She mean get your ass up in the middle of that motherfucking game, go wash the dishes. My dad is different. Hey, wash this before you go to bed. That's a different type
my
of.
dad is my dad is a task giver. He's a he's a tester. He's a
I'm just gonna be devil's advocate because I
yeah.
got me
I'm
on the
not like that
podcast.
as a mom.
But for me,
So
I have all girls, so
yeah.
Yeah, and he's right.
And that's why I said I was being biased because, like, as a dad with girls, you just want them to have fun. Like, you want to be the laid back one,
and that's what he always says. Like, I just want to be the cool dad, and this and
that's what.
And I'm just looking at him like
That's what we want to be for real.
But he's so cool to the point where she has no structure.
Yeah, bro.
There's not a.
Well, yeah, bro, keep doing your thing, bro.
Oh, what? Time?
Nah.
What are you talking about?
He looked at the camera and said, bro, keep doing your thing. You know you're gonna watch this, you're gonna watch this, bro. We're gonna be the devil's advocate for the man.
But I get that. I get it because it's different. Like men just don't care about the same stuff that women care about.
Nah,
they just don't.
That's what you have to understand.
I do understand that. I just don't care.
Just give them some
I
grace.
don't care. I have done. Damn, I wish my best friend was here.
Give him some grace.
She would slap the fuck out of me if I gave him any more grace. I'm giving him too much.
Don't.
I've given him a lot of grace. A lot. If I really sat down and aired out everything I've been through with my child's father, like niggas wouldn't even want to date me. Because it's disgusting what I've tolerated for years and years and years and just didn't say anything.
That's behind you though.
Oh, it definitely is. I just don't want any control over it. Like I don't. It's just like whatever. I just say something. If I feel like it's something worth saying, I say it so it can be said. I don't expect him to do anything with what I say, but I do say stuff to know like, okay, I did say this. If you choose not to do anything with what I said, that's up to you. But I'm gonna say it.
You ever forgave him and released that?
I feel like I've forgiven him, but I just can't. I can't like sit idly by and just be like, I can't bite my tongue. I just can't do that. I'm not doing that.
I'm not saying that.
Yeah, but I feel like I forgave him a long time ago. I feel like I won't say I forgave him. I accepted who he was, what he lacked because of how he was raised. Because I've met both his parents. Both his parents have explained to me how they were raised, what they went through growing up. Like his dad was incarcerated most of his life. His mom was in the military. She's still in the military and still works to this day. So she's always taking care of them. Like he grew up. Understanding how he grew up and taking myself out of the equation and just looking at him as an individual. It's like, okay, I understand. But just because I understand doesn't mean I'm going to give you so much grace that you shit on me. I'm just not doing that. Like, I get where you're coming from.
Right,
I get what you've been through. But this is what I've gone through. I know you wouldn't think of it like that, but what I've gone through, I've been so accepting and understanding to try to make it work. Women will deal with stuff just so they can be with a nigga. Like, oh, I understand. Like, I get it. Like, I'm going to try to be that missing piece he never had or try to be comfort in a space. And I'm sure they do. But I've done it, and I'm tired of doing that. Like, I don't want to compromise. I don't want to meet people where they're at. I don't want to wait for somebody to grow up and nurture them to the place where they're comfortable. And I'm not here to elevate you. You need to.
But you have to meet them where they at. Like, how do you?
You're a little too grown for that now. I have a child now. It's not my job to do that. If we were still together, yes.
But it's good you say that, though. It's good you say that because I just explained it how my ex-wife is 39.
Mm.
And then
your current wife is like about 10 years younger than you.
Two different people.
Totally different people.
Right. So the age doesn't really matter.
I don't think it's the age. I think it's the upbringing, how you explained it, like how they were raised.
Right, but I'm saying that their experience, they get experience from so many different, and it's what you take in, you know?
Yeah.
So,
I agree. Because you got one who just came from another situation arguing with a nigga all the time, and she bringing that onto you. And then you got somebody who kind of grew up in a more well-rounded environment, and they're just like, look, we gonna have our little ones and twos, but we gonna figure it out.
And dudes we just swing for the fence every time. I don't care how they throw the pitch, we gonna try to knock it out of the park.
Yeah, and I understand that because it's like I appreciate the effort. I'm just letting you know some people don't have that much effort. Like some people don't give what others are willing to give. Like for you to say, oh, other men too. Like I'm sure. And they over there getting drained by a woman that is literally just like people that are manipulators and controlling, they know how to snip out people that they can drain and use. And it's just like it makes it difficult for people who are really trying to find like true, genuine connections. To me. Anyways. So I'm not fooling with that. I'm not fucking with that. But can we talk about something else that's not related to parenting? Just anything. What are y'all hobbies? Just anything.
Yeah. I mean, I like to stay active. That's what I like to do. I mean, Right now.
Yeah, you said you were doing a referee job before you came.
Yeah, I like I play flag football. So when I'm not playing, like, I just don't have that desire to play right now. Jack's flag football, yeah, Mike.
It's like for men, like
yeah. I mean, women play also.
Yeah, it's a whole
on the south side.
Yeah.
I met a guy that played. Y'all might know him.
It's all coming together for Quan. But yeah, I read a lot. I read a lot.
What you like to read, like nonfiction?
I like to read self-development books.
I like that.
And sometimes the self-development books is I know a lot of people read them and they put them on the shelf and it kind of represent what you want to be.
Yeah.
Instead of like
most something positive to consume.
Right, but sometimes like people read it and like I'll read a book 3 times, right? Shit. First time just to read it, second time to take notes, and the third time to apply it to my life.
Yeah.
I gotta apply
this.
I love that. No, because that's why he's on here.
Yeah.
I don't want no half brain on here. I want somebody who indulges, tries to stimulate their mind, tries to find new ways to better themselves that has nothing to do with nobody else. That is just for yourself.
I think every human being should read the 4 agreements.
The 4 agreements.
The 4 agreements. If you're watching this, go read the 4 agreements. I think that book is peace. That's heaven on earth. That's just the only way to put it. It's 4 agreements.
4 agreements.
The first one is make your words impeccable.
Okay.
So basically, what you say to people, you can destroy them, you can build them up.
Tongue is powerful.
You know, the tongue is super powerful.
Don't go to Amazon.
The second one is don't take anything personal.
Like,
just try to go through your whole day and not take nothing personal, not judge a person. Just
let shit be.
Yeah, just. That's pretty tough. Like I don't care who you are. It's
tough to not have something to say or to comment on something, especially with the way the world is now. There's so much that you see online to just say. Like there's sometimes I'll like want to post some shit and then I'll delete it because I'm like, forget it. Who really
that's
cares?
it. That's it. Yeah. Either one. And the third one is don't make assumptions. Don't make assumptions. Like we make assumptions about everything,
and that'll make your mind wander like everywhere because you're just
because like sometimes you'll do something or meet somebody, you'll have a whole fantasy in your head, like on the whole, like, oh, this is what's gonna happen when I meet this person.
Like totally.
You done married this person in your head, or this person done cheated on you in your head,
and I don't like those fixations because then it's like you're holding me to like this very high expectation, like, oh, like I'm hoping that we eventually get to this point. Like you're fantasizing that I get to this point with you. Let the shit just play out.
Organic.
You may meet somebody else and
I don't fucked up.
It may just
shit like that.
Oh, I feel like everybody's done it. That's a perfect way to describe it. Like you get like everybody's been a teenager.
Like, oh, boy, when I get her, boy, I'm
Yeah, or some people won't even be ready to think about what type of a commitment they want with you, but in their head they're like they'll just immediately be possessive over you, like, oh, you're mine, and that's that.
Possessive,
that's possessive to like to fixate on somebody because your feelings are so strong that you categorize them and they haven't even made up their mind about you, and you haven't even talked to them about all these feelings. You just feel them and you just acting on them, and you're overwhelming this person. Not like you need to chill. Like a lot of people let people like don't overcompensate with words and trivial little trinkets. Be there. Like actually
because we're human.
Yeah, like you should want somebody to like you for you type shit, not for what you can do.
That's
because that stuff comes like we gotta live. Like life goes on. Someone's gonna buy you a gift, someone's gonna do a nice gesture. Like that comes with life. Like there's nothing wrong with those material things, but like those don't embellish the relationship. Like
I think some women just, I don't know, when they ain't used to something, they kind of go.
They get
left.
excited.
No, they go left.
They get excited.
Yeah, but if you a dude,
or they get nervous. Fear too. Fear and excitement are the same thing. I agree.
I had to learn you can't be too charismatic in life about certain people.
We talked about this. You're correct. Because you don't know how to read outside the box, sir. Because some girls are like, yeah, Quan. Like, he had me reading these text messages from the girl, and he's like, Imani, be honest with me. And I was like, Quan, you did too much.
I be trying to coach him
too much.
Damn,
Girl.
bro.
Like
No,
I get,
I
and I told him I was like, and I told him I was like, I know you.
Yeah.
I told him I was like, I know you, so I understand where you like from the angle from me looking at it. I'm like, oh, you were just being you, but to her, this is overwhelming because she doesn't know you. Like it takes a long time.
For the record, I wasn't blowing nobody up.
It wasn't that he was blowing her up. It was
nice.
more of he was just being very nice. Like if they hadn't talked, he'd be like, oh hey, like hope you're okay.
Nice, it's you.
Boy, I'm a sucker.
It's just who you are. It's
I'm a
just
sucker.
nothing wrong with that. You just need to find somebody that values that. Somebody has to value that
But
about
if you get me to that point, you know what I mean?
you have to also have to let a girl get comfortable. If you don't let her get comfortable, she might have liked you and she maybe just feel like you were moving too fast and she couldn't get comfortable. If you moving so fast that people can't get comfortable, they gonna get off the fucking ride. Nobody's gonna say. Even if your intentions are good, God knows that. That's why he gonna give you somebody else that respects that.
Mm-hmm.
Like those people like that are lessons, honestly. Like I follow my intuition when it comes to dealing with people.
You gotta say, my boy.
When you give women too much attention, I think that like
he tell me this all the time.
A lot of times, like you give women this attention and like because they got all these dudes hitting them up in their inbox and all that stuff. And if you to be that guy that kind of like I ain't even gonna do that shit, I'm like, dang, why he don't like me? They be more attracted to you. It's weird, man.
Because but that's a weird thing because it's not really an attraction. It's just let me figure out why he don't like me and let me get him to like me. Then as soon as he like you too much, you feel the same way about him that you do about all them other niggas.
So guys, do your thing, though.
That's why I keep my phone on D&D, boys.
Have real intentions. Don't be just fucking with anything.
But it's hard though. You come in there with real intentions, and women be like, "Oh, that's too much."
Sometimes, you know what?
But that's good
I ain't
though.
gonna say that. I ain't gonna say that.
That's good.
It scares them because
that's good.
They feel like
you should not be dealing with those women long term.
That's why you gotta
move the
attract
fuck
them.
on.
You gotta attract them.
No, you have to keep putting that out so you attract people that hear you. It's like advertising something. It's like you're standing on a podium, like, "Hey guys, just macaroni for sale." Oh, I don't really like that type of macaroni. Leave, bitch. I didn't ask you. I'm looking for somebody that like this type of macaroni. That's how you have to do it. Like,
men is men, and we my
it's
first
the same
nature.
For both sides. You gotta know what you
first nature is,
go for the kill. Yes, it is.
Depends on what that kill is.
Oh Jesus.
Just saying. I'm just saying.
It's so.
I think the key though is being honest, and when you be honest with people, it kind of fucks them up because once you tell somebody, "Hey, listen, I don't really want to take you down that memory lane. Let's have a good time. Let's be good friends."
And some of them okay with it.
And some of them okay with it. Some of them feel like they get tried, but it's like, okay, I'm being real, mother.
But what's the point of like hitting up somebody and doing like, oh, I just want to have a good time. I really don't want nothing serious. We could be cool, but then like y'all really not cool type shit. Like you just really fucking the girl.
That's
it.
Friends with benefit.
If it's that, I just don't get the point of saying like I don't really want nothing serious. I just want to have fun, and then pretend like you want to communicate, knowing damn well you really like don't really.
But that's like
have a real connection. Though. Like, that's kind of fun to me.
I mean, if y'all,
but if you go out,
I was gonna say it kind of depends.
But it's just not gonna get to that point.
You know that?
Yeah, because we just gonna have fun.
So what's the point?
Because if I'm going to just say like I'm going Dave and Buster's or something, I want somebody to come. I'm gonna call you.
Oh yeah.
Have some fun.
Well, I mean, what's the point of doing that with somebody that obviously doesn't reciprocate those feelings? If a girl's like, yeah, I'm cool, I just want to have fun too. Then you win it. But I'm saying like, what do you do when you get caught up with a girl who?
Okay, we cool, baby. All right.
You gotta cut it off.
Yeah, you got to because if you not at that point, you're not respecting boundaries. But that can go for the.
So you feel like if you're saying like, okay, girl, look, this is what this is, and if you see it as anything else, that's on you. Because I told you.
I had that.
I was just about to say. See, I respect that.
What if you had a girl?
I had that, but she kept coming.
Why do you think that was?
Ooh.
Who we talking?
Why do you think that was?
Probably the D.
I was just about to say.
Probably.
So you can agree that sex can mix up emotions.
It can be the glue to your
So do you ask a girl before you have sex with her, like, hey, before we do this, I ain't trying to have
that bullshit?
No, but I kind of do.
Well, some men are bold enough to be like, hey,
can you separate love and lust? That's the biggest question. Because once you get the lusted on me and you put that motherfucking, you turn that U to a fucking O and the V, it's a. Now
and that's why I asked. It's like, do you have that conversation like a?
Yeah.
Like I just was asking because it's the male thing.
I'm not looking for nothing, no relationship, nothing long term. Like We can kick it. We can hang. Like,
and then if she have sex with you and she just squirt out about you, then it's just okay. Well, bye.
It's just you gotta organically separate yourself. Like the sex gotta slow down. The sex gotta and then
we ain't fucking all the time.
Because we can go back to
why?
We can just go back to friends.
I said to me it's a vibes though.
Why not? Why y'all not fucking all the time?
Nah, if we not dating,
I'm asking.
We not doing that. We shouldn't be. I don't think we should be doing that.
So you're not having sex with nobody else, or you're just having sex with whoever you want to have sex with?
Well, that depends on the person you talking to.
I'm asking because I'm just wondering like how the approach.
I'm fucking with one person. I'm fucking with one person.
That's why I asked. Like some people are
kind of like to fuck different people, because when you fuck, you give out energy. You take in energy.
Correct.
So I know what kind of energy I'm getting and giving.
I say it depends on the girl too, because it depends on both of y'all. Because so if you dealing with a crazy bitch, then you don't want to, especially when she don't
I say that because niggas don't.
Because a girl
really...
can come off, us being men, right?
Yeah.
The women kind of give you the representative first, right?
Right.
And then you start to really know who that motherfucker is.
Start talking to their representative for a minute.
Yeah, we ain't know who the boss was, and then as soon as we don't got in the box, it's like, this motherfucker crazy.
Yeah.
And it could be the same way with men, because y'all women say
that's why I say some men don't know, like, there are men who can't comprehend women that can separate emotion, logic, and lust. Like, when you can separate all these things and categorize people, like, I look at a man as an individual. I can go fucking do tonight, and it's just like, I know what he want, what he don't want. Like, I'm gonna know all that before I just go over there and just do that.
Yeah.
But it's also like, what's the point of doing all that if you know, like...
So if he just write a note, like a whole bunch of shit he won't give it to you, I'm saying.
I don't even want him to do that, because it's like, because at this point it's like, I don't even want all that. I don't even want all that, because it's like, we're not, I don't want to be with you, so, and you don't want to be with me, so I just, for me it's like, sometimes it just be like, what's the point of having sex with somebody that is, I get it, but I don't get it almost.
You know how you girls, hey, look, I'm gonna fuck up. You know how you girls.
I agree, but it's just like, it makes me wonder, like, why do you want to keep going through these situations where you have to kind of like,
go out there, you want to hang out with the fellas, you want to throw the rod. Oh, shit, that counts.
Let me see if I got it.
Let
me stop.
But that's not intentional.
But you know how girls go out.
Score.
Think about summertime. Summertime is approaching, right?
That's not intentional dating.
Girls be like, I'm outside this summer, They be single as fuck. They wanna.
There's probably some girls that are. I can tell them myself, but I don't do all that now. It makes me wonder for people that yearn for more and are more passionate. Like, what do you?
Facts. Even if we had sex, like, this might be different. Like, we really get along together, and then you can kind of bring those things that actually is important to your life and see how that goes. And then it just might be organic.
And I feel like that's the main focus for me. Like, it has to be organic, whether it's passive or not. And I feel like I'm in a place now where everybody in my life, I want everybody I know, whether you're my friend, whether you're a girl, whether you're a guy, whether we're dating, whether whatever, I want everybody to be happy. I want everybody to do what they want to do with their life. I want everybody to own their individuality. So if you're doing what makes you happy, like, that's cool. I'm really in a space where I just don't have like all these weird attachments to people and expectations. It's just like, I want you to be satisfied with your life. And that's just it. I don't know. Whether I'm a part of it or not is trivial. It really doesn't matter. And like, however it's supposed to play out is how it's going to play out. God ain't missed yet. So I feel like when you trust God and his timing and all that, it's just like, whatever, just do whatever you want to do. I just wonder y'all perspective on it, because men think differently from girls, especially when it comes to like having sex, and how you just said it's a transfer of energy. Sometimes I wonder if men really know that, because they just be fucking just to fuck. They don't even realize that they're giving out all this bad energy.
You got some men that just, they'll fuck the shit out of twos all day.
Right. We'll cheat down.
Yeah.
I don't cheat. Like, men cheat.
I don't know, man.
I know.
Black men don't cheat.
Black men don't cheat, but
right.
Like,
no Duval.
Men cheat down, like, women cheat up. Like, damn, like, she went and got this dude 6'2", muscles, and like magazine cover.
I think when women
and
cheat,
then she be like, "Oh my God, that's what she says." And you be like, you know what I'm saying, like,
I think when women cheat, it's a little bit more emotional though.
A little bit.
Because when men cheat,
it's always a get back aspect when women do stuff.
Nah,
like that.
more and hell nah.
Get back.
It's always a get back aspect.
Nah.
Always.
I never got the point of tick for tack, because we ain't playing tick tack toe, bitch. I'll catch you. Your ass is gone, motherfucker.
Because you stand on business.
But see, with men, I think we just doing it because maybe you mad at me for some shit. Let me This shit, I'm finna go.
Nah, it's just because
cheating is a foreign concept to me.
Because that
I'm
is
not a
tick for
cheater.
tat. Yeah.
I'm not a cheater, so this is a foreign
You
concept.
go back all the kings in the world, they had multiple women.
They did, and honestly, that's been.
But see, that's why I said when your girl don't wanna, you know what I'm saying, she ain't trying to please you because she mad about something. Shit, it's like, man.
I think men should have.
Why do men? I just feel like why do men think they're
Whatever
so deserving
you
of
could
having
deal
their
with.
dick wet sometimes?
Whatever you can deal with. I'm gonna say that.
Because we're kings.
Y'all could be, but some men need to sit the fuck down and relax.
That's so.
But stay on jelly mode. Like just enjoy your shit being soft.
I don't know, man. No.
I just feel like some men are too greedy when it comes to sex, and they think like, oh, this is just what comes with life. Like women are just supposed to be here and be available. Like there's just stuff that comes with life that, and women do it too. There's things that people think they're owed, and it's like you're not owed that in this world. Like that world back then, those niggas that had all those babies and mistresses, them niggas had jewels, and they could put those women up in houses and take care of them. These niggas can't do that. A nigga can have 4 baby mamas. All them bitches got to figure out how to get their own place and their own shit.
Because they need to all.
Them niggas are not kings.
One house with the dude.
Right, but that dude need to have a couple of figures going. Because I'm not gonna lie, there was a point in time where I was like, shit, that's what I'm gonna do. Just be a sister wife. Just be a wife for security and not be a wife for love. Let you have that nigga.
Well, let me know when you do that.
You're stupid.
Sister wives.
But that's that thing. Like that's what people want to do, and I'm just like, I
make 6.
It have to be an agreement. But also, I don't think I could do that. I don't like that discussion. If it's so equal now, why can't women have multiple husbands?
Because y'all too
emotional.
Are we?
Hell yeah.
I can have more than one.
If
at the point I'm at in life now, I need about 4. One nigga cannot do everything I need.
So if you got old girl right here, and then
God damn, what
do me?
I need 4. I need 4 niggas. Yes. How many girls do you think? Woo! How many girls? I threw you off, but a nigga can have multiple women. It's like, yeah, she deserve that. We deserve it.
Because you got
4. I need 4.
You got too many cycles going. Y'all shit gonna just wrap up all y'all.
That is true.
And then I can deal with it at one time. You know what I'm saying?
He's stupid.
Let's deal with this. Hey,
yeah, no, give me the 4. Give me the 4 count.
You know what I'm saying? Get it.
Just imagine being the photo. You got. Hey, Tommy, it's your turn. Get your ass out of here, Rob. Go home.
It's not even about sex. Like I would one husband.
But no, but you gonna have 4 all on y'all.
I wouldn't have 4 husbands for sex.
That's kind of. I don't. I think the reason why. You know why? No. Let's be logic. Let's be logic. This is why women can't have 3 to 4 because it kind of.
The women you're referring to can't have those amount of husbands. I agree.
Well, you got some people out here that doing it anyway. Just don't, That's why you got side niggas. But it'll kind of be gay. All them niggas living in the same house.
It's not gay for the girls to do it.
Mm-mm.
Why is it not gay?
I mean,
why is it not?
It's just like this. Some rules are unwritten. We didn't write it. It's unwritten, so it's just.
So me having multiple husbands is unwritten. I'm writing that shit now.
I'm
thinking that's
I don't even think it got nothing to do about it because most people gonna say it's you being uncomfortable.
They throw you the whole category.
I don't care.
No, I ain't even.
A man that does that is a hoe to me.
See, no, I'm thinking about the men at the end of the day.
He's kind of
because
greedy,
we play football. Really. We play football, right? We've been in the locker room. Of course, we are comfortable. But to be in the same house and I got Tommy upstairs and Joe back there, he chilling, and then I'm chilling with her. And
are you? Is it this her?
Raphael done walked in this motherfucker talking about, hey, baby. I'm like, it's like, God damn, folks.
But when a girl do it, we're just supposed to submit and roll over and be like, oh,
that's okay.
I'm sharing you.
No, but I'm trying to show you, like.
You're not showing me anything.
Trust me, it's situations
that's
where
too many
that
niggas
exists in this world.
I know that. Oh, I know. I've heard of it. I've known some girls that actually did that. Wow. It didn't work out. But what did you have multiple wives for?
Because you got nurture.
So what do men do?
They go nurture.
They provide, they protect, and they do all the hard shit that y'all.
So you see how you listed multiple words? I need a protector. I need a provider. I need someone to stimulate my brain when I want to talk.
Why you can't get that out of one dude?
Same reason why you can't get it out of one girl. You got multiple girls, Quan.
I didn't. Oh God.
I said it.
Yeah.
I said that.
Y'all are trying to prove a point, and it's the same.
He
thing.
said that.
It's the same thing.
Nah, not for me.
It's the same.
No, not for me, because she got different experiences than her, and so I want to tap into all of them.
That's what you think I'm trying to do.
I ain't saying you couldn't.
But I'm just saying, like, that's what my point is. Like, if I just sat down and thought about all of the like that meme, it was like, I wish I could put all the best niggas I've known to make one big super nigga. I agree with that.
Yeah.
Because I've dated different dudes that have different redeeming qualities, and then they'll have other qualities that there's a meme about that. That's like, I wish I could put all of my favorite qualities about different men and put it into one guy.
I know, but then it's hard for.
But that's why men have multiple wives.
But I'm saying it's hard for women because they like saying.
Oh yeah, men's egos are too big for a woman to have multiple husbands. I'm fully aware of that.
What I'm trying to tell
I understand that.
Quan,
What did I say to you earlier? I don't care about other people. I'm telling you, if it was up to me, I would have different husbands with different things. I could sit up and name all of my favorite things about different dudes, and
would y'all all four live together?
I wouldn't want that.
See, that's hard. But how you? So you also this is the big question.
I'm the devil's advocate because I'm not even on both sides. I'm in the middle. But listen, if you married 4 dudes, right?
Yeah.
See the difference between, I can say this, the difference between if you get 2 women, they gonna always want to be with him. So them staying together wouldn't be an issue. You don't want that. So if Joe staying by himself and Joe married to you, but can Joe go fuck on Missy Elliott down the street? That's an open relationship, man.
I would rather that. If I had 4 husbands, it would be an open relationship. Only 2 of the husbands would not be able to fuck other women.
That ain't marriage though.
It would be if I said it was.
Oh shit.
All right.
You heard it.
One for agreement is to do your best, man. Do your best. Cause I mean, if you give your best, you ain't got nothing left. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I want to do. I do my best to get a
Me and my aunt talked about this on another episode where we talked about having multiple husbands.
polygamy.
Just polygamy, like and she said she talked about how in the Bible men did that, and we just talked about like if women did it, and we always talk about men couldn't handle it because they literally don't have enough brain cells to comprehend that. But for some reason, they think that they could comprehend dealing with all these women. Like,
and just to say, it's 36 books in the Bible, right?
Right.
So
that we know of.
So if you read the Bible, you're gonna read 36 books. So I gave you a head start right there. So read your Bible. You're gonna have 36 books in whatever time it takes for you to read the Bible. So you're gonna be ahead of a lot of people. So just read your Bible.
Period.
And when it comes to polygamy, guys should be able to have multiple women. Women should have one man.
So either share a man or have one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Share a man or have one.
We can be traditional when it comes to that, but then everything else is, that's just the way the world is now.
It is. I mean,
head ass.
Sister wives would be great.
I think that I understand the concept. I do understand why men have multiple wives. I think a man that is equipped to handle that should, but most men are not.
I'm equipped.
Most men are not because they're like, but some men know like what women want and how to kind of mediate all these different feelings and personalities and stuff. Some people can't do that, like at all, and that's why some people don't really respect like that whole aspect of polygamy and the different religions that actually.
Well, a lot of people don't think outside the box, so.
Yep, which is why I just said I would have 4 husbands.
Yeah, that's. Money, that's the wildest shit I ever heard. First it was a super nigga,
it's me. Like it's me who said it, bro.
Hey.
Yeah, I would have 4 husbands.
They not like
I put my 3 favorite qualities in 3 different people, and the 4th husband would just be like
So who fucking?
He's a spare.
Which one?
The
fucking?
First 2.
You gonna have something to do with life. You can do whatever you put your mind to.
I know that. That's why I just said to you, if I wanted to do that, I would. But honestly, I don't have time to deal with all the niggas' emotions. My issue is when I deal with men, they all act like girls. They all so fucked up, they can't even get that shit together. I'm the one dealing with niggas' emotions. It's not my life is flip-flop. I have to deal with people's emotions.
They watch that shit. Because they gonna be mad as hell at you.
I doubt it. Not bold enough to say anything, so what do I care? Nobody's ever bold enough to say anything to me, so I'm gonna keep saying whatever I want out of my mouth.
Well, hopefully, moving forward.
Excellent.
Huh?
That's excellent. He said aggressive. That's excellent. I want somebody who's not scared to talk. I like confidence. I like all that. I don't want no man that's gonna be scared to speak just because I'm not scared.
But you know what? Most dudes like that though.
What?
Most men don't like gentle. They take advantage.
You like a motherfucker who talk back a little bit.
I know. I'm saying you still gotta have some rigid.
Yeah, that's for a man that I'm with.
Like,
not somebody's son.
Come off
a random. A
random. Well, yeah. Not in the beginning. You can't come out aggressive like that.
Yeah, that's for prospects.
One girl got mad at me because she was like, "Damn, we've been dating for like, why you trying to fuck me?" I'm like,
"Oh wow, how long was y'all dating for?"
Oh,
She asked you that.
Go ahead.
About 3 months.
That's a bad thing.
That's a 90-day rule.
That's a 90-day rule.
What's wrong with that?
I was trying to be respectful.
Ooh.
What's wrong with waiting?
Because the pussy was trash.
Oh.
Was it?
Yeah, I was trying to get to know her. Maybe I can overlook the bad. You know what I'm saying? But
Brother.
So you feel like that's a deal breaker? Like bad sex is a deal breaker?
Ask yourself that.
He just made me feel so much better.
Ask, oh, okay.
So I don't have to ask
finna
myself
say it.
that. I just, because some people make it seem like, oh, that's not everything. And I'm like, that's a big portion of the relationship. It's a good bit of it. If you like somebody enough, you ain't going to keep your hands off them now.
I think that's something you can work on a little bit.
How do you work through that?
Well, if you love the person dearly and you like her, like say if you might have like a nice look.
Like say it's a great girl, great everything, and
from
it's
scale
just not
of
good
10,
sex.
she might be a 9.5, cute as shit, but then she can't.
You got to be able to,
You know what I'm saying?
finesse it. You know what I'm saying?
How do you do that?
Like, some dudes won't last long, but they know how to get some head before they, you know what I'm saying?
But it's just like if you really like somebody and it's like not really what you want it to be, like how do you
Just don't think
what's
about
the
sex
wording
when you're
for
doing it
that?
to last long, brother.
I don't know. Like, you can work through that, but it can't be like.
But it's like, how do
bad.
you? What's the word?
Well, okay,
It
the
can't
word
be bad. It just have to be something that
you got to be teachable.
What makes it bad?
like.
It's a lot of variables.
There is. That's why I'm asking y'all because this is
Like,
y'all
say
saying it.
if
A
you
lazy
have,
bitch.
If you have good
I hate
sex,
a
bad
lazy
head,
motherfucker.
that's something you can work with. But if you have, like,
Don't do it.
Say what you
Don't
gonna
do it.
say.
Go ahead. Say it.
hey man, you can work through
Can you?
it.
Can you?
If you like a person enough, because at the end of the day, as you get older, the sex is gonna slow down anyway. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
If
it
you
changes
if
as
you
the
didn't build
relationship.
any kind of substance.
Well,
you know what I'm
not
saying?
with me.
Yeah,
I
the
want,
lack of substance will make
as
the
we
sex
get
worse.
older,
Yeah.
let's get nasty and freaky. Or not, we ain't doing no crazy shit, but let's fuck each other. I like that.
Quan, be fair.
But listen. You can have good sex and have bad hair. You just got to be teachable because you
Good
would.
sex but bad head.
That's where the other wife come in at. That's what I was kept.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. But you can't
That's
have.
where the other husband
You
come in.
can't. You can't be lazy and then
That's where
have
the
bad
other
head
husband
too,
come in,
though.
Because some niggas are not good at
But no,
fucking
but
either.
listen, you can't be lazy and have bad head though. Just
I
because
agree,
you
but
got
also, do you think about why women are lazy?
I don't give a fuck. If you got a fat ass and you think, oh, I just supposed to be doing this, or you look good and you just
Well,
want to
when
be a
men
fucking
fuck
couch
you like you're
potato.
just an object and you don't really have a chance to enjoy the actual sex.
Hey, when
some women
men
don't know how to.
You got some
That's
men.
why I'm just asking. At different strokes for different folks.
You want to speak?
I done spoke. It's you can work around it.
It's a will, it's a way. If it's a will, it's a way.
Yeah,
You just got to be
I just
teachable.
wonder what y'all
That's
think,
it.
because as a girl, like if a man has bad sex, I'm not gonna tell him that because it's like your ass gonna be fucked up for a year over that shit if
What's
I tell you
bad
that.
sex from a man? Like,
So you think no man is capable of giving bad sex?
I asked that.
I'm asking you.
Yes.
Do you think that, or do you
Yes.
think that there's
Yes.
you think that it translates over either a man or a female?
It
or
could
like,
be the day you don't went through.
either or, like a girl could get bad sex and a man could. Y'all agree with that, right?
Yeah.
Some men don't. First of all, I have a lot of issues health-wise with sex because a lot of men libido sucks. Sex drive is terrible because some men don't stay hard for long periods of time, or they just don't stay hard at all. And it's just like that is unfortunate for you, and that's your problem. That can't be my fault that you can't stay hard. Because that's not a trending thing. I can see if that was just anybody. But it's like there's certain people I've dealt with that's like, you need to go to the fucking doctor.
Brothers,
and
you gotta
you're
leave them drugs
delusional
alone.
about it.
You know what I'm saying?
And then there are some people who don't know what passion is. Some people don't know how to.
But you know what?
You
It's
have to learn
different
somebody's
types
body
of
when you're having
sex.
sex.
It's different types of sex. You got rough sex. You got what Asian lady say?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
You American people have 8 different types of fuck. Rough fuck.
Makeup
fuck.
break up fuck.
Break up fuck.
All kinds of fucks.
Passion fuck.
Yeah, see, to me, it's not all that. It's either I've had sex where the man was only caring about what he was getting out of it and not me. And I've had sex where a nigga just didn't know how to literally learn a woman's body. Both of those experiences were trash. And that's not, and I think that on the flip side, those things are teachable because all I can say to the one guy is, hey, you know I'm here, right? You know
I ain't gonna lie to
orgasm too, right?
I probably ain't gonna tell them that they shit bad. I feel
like that's an ego thing. I feel like people would feel bad if you tell them. Because I know I don't.
I know I can be an asshole, but I think the most, especially if it was just that, you probably get blocked.
You would block somebody and not say nothing?
Yeah, I done did that too.
If it was bad?
Yeah.
But that was all you wanted from them?
Nah, just, you know, that was just the, you know.
Or they weren't teachable.
That was a
or
free
they weren't
trial.
worth teaching.
You know, everybody get a free trial before they pay them bills.
Good to know.
I think you gotta find a point.
Damn, I'm just saying, like, you
gotta find a point, bro. Like, of what you enjoy, what they enjoy, like.
No, that's a fact.
Every hamburger ain't great hamburger, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's a fact. Yeah, you gotta dress it up and shit. You know what I mean? But see,
And the build up, the
how
foreplay.
how many times is enough for you though?
Times.
Like if you don't have sex with somebody 2 times or 3 times, and
it wasn't good.
Out of those 2 times or 3 times, you know, you probably satisfied maybe 1 time. Like how many times is it gonna take? Even if you those 2 times,
satisfied meaning
it can mean anything, especially when it comes to
okay.
girls. Because
yeah, because for girls,
you meet a girl,
yeah.
y'all kicking it or whatnot. As soon as she come to your cribs, you know, whatever. You ain't really been to her crib. I don't like going to people's cribs like that, depending on who you are. Some girls don't take care of themselves. You know what I'm saying?
I can see that. And you going over there, and you can actually see how they take care of themselves. So yeah,
that could be some of my red flags.
Yeah, and that's very admirable.
You ever had sex with a girl that's pretty, and then you just like, bop, bop, and you just like, oh God.
And that's
and then on top of that, you don't told her to take a shower before, so it's like, God damn, like,
not to the point where like,
really? I guess I'm young, so I was.
It happens. I was gonna say I've heard other people's experiences, and I'm just like, well, that's a curving. That's a learning moment for you. That's you just figuring out how to decipher what type of girl you want, how she carries herself, and then those are the cues. You should be able to see those cues before
depending
you
on who you
are. And it depends. Somebody can show up on a date and wash away all their sins. You won't even know. But then, like you said, you go to where they live or whatever, and you see it on a deeper level. So,
well, you got FaceTime nowadays, so you kind of see the background. You know what I mean?
Yeah, if you FaceTime.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
I know. I mean, if you at this point, you just fucking, so you probably won't care about all that stuff.
I would hope you cared about hygiene.
I mean, I ain't talking about all that, but I'm saying like background.
Yeah.
Bitch got clothes over there, but you know what I'm saying?
Clothes is one thing. Mold, disgust, dirt, crumb, like.
How you feel about girls? You go in majority of girls' bathroom and they bathroom fucked up because they got just everything in there. No, I'm saying, how do you feel about it?
I feel like that is a sign of depression. I feel like people that don't maintain.
That's depression?
I feel like people that don't maintain their living spaces either A, have no home training, they're trifling, or you're sad and you can't even conjure up the motivation to clean up after yourself as you go. Because what a lot of people don't realize is when you maintain a household, you put things where they go. You put shit back where it go.
Yeah,
a man gets more slack in that aspect. If I know you out there busting your ass, don't worry about this shit. I'll do this. This is little shit.
But how many women nowadays do you fucking meet? Like,
I don't know. A lot of girls are too.
I'm gonna go
they're too wrapped up in the feminism. So I don't know.
Okay.
A lot of girls be wrapped up in entitlement to where they're like, I don't like to treat men like they don't deserve to.
Well, you know, I'm not gonna say you don't see some
We
girls.
need each other. That's the whole point of it.
You know, I don't met some girls. You know, you just have, you have things that you like and don't like. But
yeah, listen, this is true. You right. You right.
You got a question for the congregation?
What's your motivation? Like,
well, I'm gonna answer this first because these two folks got kids and shit, so they gonna say their kid and all that. I ain't got no kid. So
motivation for what?
Like, why?
I'm gonna say for me,
like, well, in this season, right now in this season.
Oh, my child ain't my motivation. But go ahead.
In this season of your life, what's your motivation?
I would say a part of my motivation is my happiness. But it's also things that I don't do that kind of makes me sad. Like, one, I'm not fuck, what's the word?
The introvert?
Nah, hell
I thought that's what you was finna say.
Insecure. I'm not insecure by any means, but see, like over the past year, I haven't really been working out. I like to stay active, but I haven't been on the football field like that. I haven't been working out, just eating and shit. You know what I'm saying? Doing whatever I do, but you know, for the most part, to answer the question, you know, what motivates me is kind of my happiness and what I want, what I need. But you know, as a man, what you want kind of keeps you on.
I agree. What motivates me is honestly like just trying to live in the present. I think that's been my main focus for the year, like living currently now, like not trying to like dwell on anything that I can't really control or change or whatever. I think that my motivation right now is like trying to stay persistent with what's like coming in front of me, not like what's behind me more than anything. I really just kind of want to like move forward and not think too much about shit that's just over, dead, can't do shit about it, can't change it. Just have to accept it and move on. That's been like that's was my whole goal for this year, really. Just to kind of like just keep going, not think too hard about shit. Just kind of like
Just keep going.
have a plan and execute it. Don't think so much that I don't get it done, or don't. I'm thinking about it and brainstorming, and I'm doing that so much that I never finish it. Like trying to like start and finish shit, not like start and then be like, oh, I'm gonna stop here, and then doing all these start overs because people like to be all over the place with everything. I want to do this and I want to do that. And it's like, okay, that's cool. You should be ambitious like that. But it's like, pick one thing and focus on that and then build so much off of that that you can branch off and do all these other things. Like slowly build that process up. So yeah, that's
was a nice question. But that was like the intro off of Lil Wayne. Say, hey, Lil Wayne, what's your motivation? You gonna ask me that? Now what's your answer? What's your motivation?
It's simple, money. Right now. In my season of my life, like it's money, bro. Like I have kids, I have things I want to do. I have people I got to take care of. So I think money is that tool that'll get me where I need to be and just take care of the things I need to take care of. I mean, people always like, oh, money isn't everything, but I want to find out. You know what I'm saying?
We need
like,
it to survive.
So I mean,
I'm a hustler, baby.
We need it.
Like I've had that video about like having a 9 to 5, but also having a 5 to 9.
Yeah,
like coming home,
real.
Coming home and taking care of
that's real.
to develop yourself to be better and all other.
So do you want to get married with all that in the works, like with your goals and stuff? Do you want to like settle down and have like an actual structured family, or do you just kind of want to focus on your girls?
I've been married. I've been in relationships.
Were you just married the one time?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So I've been married. Marriage is a great thing, but I don't care. Like I feel like I feel like if that
I like that.
If I'm with somebody and they want to get married, I'm gonna be at a point where marriage wouldn't even make a difference on how our relationship runs.
You just you're focusing on the authenticity of it. Like, okay, like this is a real thing. I fuck with you, whatever you want. It's no brainer.
Right.
You're just doing it.
And
that's how I want to be. I want nothing to be a second thought. If I gotta think too hard, it's not for me.
Yeah. If that solidifies it for her, then we'll get married.
You just going with. I respect that.
Yeah. So I just want everything to flow, and I really don't have expectations. I just feel like whoever I'm with, these are my goals, and this is what I'm going after.
Yeah.
I want you to have your goals and go after that.
I want people to own their individuality. Do what you gonna do. I don't want to. My mom always told me, don't be with no man my mom always said that shit to me. Never be with a man that's crazy in love with you. I don't want nobody crazy in love with me. I don't want you so in love with me, you crazy. That's not a look.
I ain't crazy.
Yeah, my mom always said, you don't want no obsessive man. You want a man that can kind of like respect you. But obviously, it needs to be mutual. She always said love should be mutual. It should never be so obsessive that one person over the other is more invested than the other. Yeah. So,
and don't be mad when I hold you accountable.
That's a part of building character. You don't really want to grow if I can't hold you accountable.
Yeah, if I can't tell you the truth,
not gonna make it.
We're not compatible.
Yeah, that's what I tell people all the time.
Because I want you to tell me the truth, even if it's tough. But sometimes it's you got to have a soft landing for your partner too.
I agree. I think it's easier when you know them a little bit better too. Yeah. Like when you get to know somebody and you learn them over time. I feel like it takes months for me to be able to really hold a man accountable in a lot of ways. It's just like I'm still kind of learning you. Like if I know you, that's different. Because I'm gonna tell this one something every time because I know him and I don't tell him stuff because I'm like, oh, I'm getting on you. Like I could vouch for his character to anybody. Like I would cuss any bitch out because I'm like, you really lucky that this one even like you. But everybody don't understand stuff like that. So it's like, that's why I say like submission for me doesn't come from a relationship. Like I could be like that with Quan because we've been friends for years and I know he's a good person. He may make mistakes or he may do whatever, but like he is a good enough person to where he deserves to be fended for, fought for, vouched for, all that. Like you're not a horrible person just because you're a man in 2024. Mm-hmm. Like that's not the world that we live in. But I feel like people don't know how to like be selfless enough to just be like, you know what? I want the best for you, and I don't want nobody to treat you bad. It has to be some type of attachment or something that you're gaining from it. It should be just that simple. There shouldn't be no unnecessary strings attached to it.
Yeah, I mean it's Yeah, I get what you're saying.
It's just a lot that come with it.
Yeah, because there's so many versions of like me.
Right, and of course,
and you.
And I tell people there's different versions of people when you're their friend, when you're in a relationship, when you're their family. Like everybody gets different versions.
Because my mom,
of
the
you.
version of me, my mom is
Right,
I'm the
completely
best,
different.
best son in the world.
Right.
My ex,
She probably think you just suck. Yeah, because she don't know no better.
you know what I'm saying? So it's different versions of me out there and you
right.
out there.
And then that's how I look at it. Like it's
people,
a perspective thing.
Some people like, man, you laid back, man. Like you don't let.
I think that about you. I've always thought that about you. Very,
like,
that's what I would say about you if I had to.
What?
Yeah.
I wouldn't say.
He is. That every time I've seen him, he's very cool, laid back. He want everybody to have a good time. That's what I got the first time.
Well, I'm a Libra, so we balance it out.
Balance it out. That air, yeah.
Yeah. So
that's my Venus, Libra.
That's why you gotta. We don't go too far this way, too far that way.
Yeah, y'all kind of centered. Y'all are good at being centered or playing dumb when y'all have to.
No, very good. Playing dumb.
Very good at playing dumb.
We're manipulative.
I know. Both my grandmas are Libras. They both kind of molded me into the woman I am relationship wise. I was nurtured and how to deal with men by Libra.
Yeah,
I already know.
Don't go in relationships with a lot of expectations, like just
or a lot of baggage. My dad told me don't be the bag lady.
Yeah. Everybody got freight though. We gonna carry it like.
Yeah, but he said not too much. He said, you don't have too much, because other people got their own little stuff too. That's what he always told me. Like you want to be graceful to people because everybody going through stuff. You know, we all here to kind of be there for each other. If we are brothers and sisters of God, I don't really understand what's the hard part.
You just have to know where people came from.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because
once you crack down their perspective of shit, like what they went through in life, you know, like, okay, we can have a conversation or we can't have a conversation. So it's like, you know who deserves nothing and who deserves an explanation, basically. Absolutely. So, yeah. So do y'all have anything else y'all want to say before I wrap it up then? So I feel like we've been talking for like 2 hours probably.
Yeah.
That's how it was on the phone the other day.
This is a nice podcast. We'll see that.
It's excellent. Well, I mean, if y'all want to give y'all Instagram names, if y'all want to advertise or promote anything that y'all are doing or whatever.
Shout out to Jack's Football League since we talked about it earlier. Micah Tiny, that's the league. You got any guys out there that watch our podcast? You want to get some work, go get your ass in that league. My name on Instagram is Quancito. Don't ask no questions on why it is. Just QUANC.
He'll probably be able to. He'll probably put it on there.
Yeah. You got anything you want to say?
Just hey man, just continue to be great people. There's God in your life. Put God first. Put God first. That's my biggest thing. Put God first, or you always gonna come in last.
Yes.
My Instagram name is Spirit Writer. SPIRITRIGHTR. Like my whole point
like your name.
For getting that name is like to get people's spirit right. Go out, check out some of my videos on there, and
you got some reels up.
Yeah, I got some reels. I got some reels on there. Some of them probably hit home, but
keep it real with us. Period.
I'm gonna keep it real.
Got to. Yeah, you need to send me his page.
See how I did that?
You know what?
Keep it real. He about to. Hey, but I'm gonna start a podcast also.
That's why I wanted them to do this. Because I was like, if they like it, they can kind of do their own thing and talk about whatever. I hope y'all do want to come back on though. Y'all can. Yeah, I need more men to just come on here.
But you gotta let us know if your fan base like us and shit like that. Even though I don't really give a damn, but it is what it is.
But a bulk of my support is men though, so I think that they'll love this.
Hey,
because
if ain't nobody told y'all fellas lately, man, y'all doing a great job. Keep pushing, man. I know our backs be against the wall sometimes, but just do your best. That's it.
I'm gonna say this for everybody. I guess we can end it off with this. Just a little friendly reminder to everybody. Just be fucking happy and don't let shit just deter your day.
Period.
Don't let nobody take your light away. Just always be happy. Worry about your bills. That's cause
yeah. Them bitches, high, they matter.
And taxes ain't going away, motherfucker.
But I do appreciate you for bringing us on and
of course
letting us
right.
Say some things.
I needed some people with brain cells on here.
Hey, but the crazy thing, I never knew, like, the person behind the lens is like, fuck. You know what I'm saying? Like, so.
That's how it be.
Yeah, but I'm gonna come out with a podcast.
Yeah, y'all supposed to say y'all ain't got no name or nothing yet.
I got a name.
What's the name?
So the name is it's mental issues, MENTELL with the parentheses mental issues.
So,
period. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna be a lot of guys, and from a guy perspective,
And yes, and they need more of that. And I need more men to speak about how they feel and how they do, like, give more elaborative details about the stuff that the way y'all operate.
What we go
because
through.
women, I'm so tired of people talking about it. It's like, you can't tell me how men think. I need a man to tell me how a man thinks. I want y'all to say it. Whether people agree with it or not doesn't matter. People need to be aware of what y'all go through, how y'all see things, so then we can have these discussions and we can change and we can adjust ourselves based on, wants, needs, and all of that. So
Absolutely. Yeah.
But I appreciate you guys for coming on, and we've talked long enough. So thank you for tuning into the Milk Jug Mafia podcast.
Peace.